So, when last we left our heroes, who would like to do a recap of the last session?
That's not a very useful moment.
Lysander, do you have...
Spent a lot of time in the cave.
Your
Do I
map?
have a what?
You were making a map. Do you still have it?
Yes. Let me pull that out. I forgot about that. Thank you.
Nice.
So, you had been hired by your dwarven friend Thryn Fireforge to go fight your way through a dungeon and see if there was magic item worth having. Fought a dragon. The dragon escaped. You continued to explore the dungeon. You found your way into a dark dwarf or dwargar area where they were forging magic weapons, and then you continued your exploration trying to find the orcs where you could kill them, making your way into an area known as Glitterhame, which was some sort of natural cavern or old mine. You fought a couple of troglodytes, which are these lizard folk creatures, a brown bear, yes?
Two bricks.
Two bricks, which are these slithering, kind of like big snakes, but with octopus beaks and 4 tendrils for a face. And you were fighting your way through the Glitterhame. You had slowed and were about to enter into a new cavern, which is where we stopped last session.
We were looking through into it looked like some light from the outside and went, hey, we could just leave.
Yeah, we
Yes,
found
we
like
did.
an
What a cool
alternative
little
exit
move.
that we can use if we need it.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
But it seemed as though we were all kind of like, yeah, let's delve a bit deeper and see where this goes.
I think something's about to happen, I suspect. This looks like something is
So
about to
we
happen.
are heading where now? Sorry, I just was a little.
So we entered we left the Dwargar Forge camp thing. We entered like a series of caverns, and we're discovering the traps and monsters backwards as we have been.
These might be the mines next to the dwarven actual stronghold.
Right. So we cleared out a few monsters, some troglodytes, and the
Okay.
Brown bear.
And,
brown
And
bear
the
and the
bricks.
grill.
we're deciding whether we hop out a back exit or.
Yeah, we found like an exit that the troglodytes were using as like an ambush spot or something. They'd obscured it. Is that the impression I got?
The troglodytes had set up a guard post there with brown bear in a cage that they would unleash on anybody who came out. But Jasmine had told you that actually this was an orc tunnel that the orcs had used to get around the dwarven defenses
When they originally
came
sacked
in.
the fortress.
about 200 years ago.
So we were going back into the main cavern, and then the main cavern has another big cavern that's attached to. Remember?
No, you were taking the right is right rule.
Okay.
So in the smaller cavern where you fought the brown bear,
Mhm.
you were heading out another exit
Okay.
further into the mines.
Okay. So yeah, we're exploring.
Okay, cool.
As far as we know, we're probably heading towards the orcs we were going to fight originally.
Possibly.
We were talking about finishing off the orcs and then going out and then re-equipping before trying to go for the Underdark if we do the Underdark.
Okay,
Yes, if you do
cool.
the end.
Or we could go, hey, Threaten's a little nuts. This went horribly wrong.
Hey, Threnny apologize.
Yeah, Lysander probably still considers him a bit nuts. Like, yeah, you shot at a dragon when we were talking to it.
It could
We
have
almost
worked.
died, right?
Could've worked, but it
Could have
didn't.
died.
It was
You didn't
surrendering,
die.
Okay, yes, but we don't know that we're not kind of just dead men walking.
Yeah.
We could just walk out the door and get blasted.
Or it might be Sixth Sense. You might have been dead the whole time.
And Hoss had a conversation with Brennan to the effect of like,
Yeah,
hey,
I know he's calm
Be
down.
chill.
well, not just that. It's like we understand you're under a lot of stress, and what was it?
Hey, buddy.
We are willing to continue helping you after you figured out kind of where we have to go. So like that kind of opens us up to like, okay, you go get more information
And
and contact us when you're ready to find the next
Get the real.
phase.
Lysander had a coughing fit as you were describing this to Threnny.
Wow.
It's unfortunate it was in Dwarvish, so you didn't understand it.
The coughing fit or the conversation?
The conversation.
I can pretend to speak Dwarvish. Anyway.
Yeah, you can pretend to do anything you want. This is a game of pretend. So, as you guys continue your exploration out from the chamber you were in, you can see the chamber opens up, and there is a sound of running water. By the way, Jasmal, you have a torch. Hoss, you are using you're on your second third of lamp oil.
You have the light spell.
Yeah,
I think
you,
we
and
determined
you have a
that.
light spell.
A light spell.
You should
Okay.
cast that frequently.
Okay.
Because it's free.
And I've got
Yes.
dark vision.
Well, I mean, you've already bought the oil. Might as well spend it. Stepping into this cavern, it's about 60 feet long. maybe 20 or 30 feet wide. And ceilings are 40 to 60 feet overhead. A shallow but fast-moving stream cuts through the center of the chamber. It's maybe about 1.5 feet, 2 feet deep from what you can see. You notice that there are 3 ways out of this chamber from where you are currently standing. You could climb up the river, which the river itself is, the river itself is only a few feet deep, but the chamber is about size for a humanoid. There's this passageway over here, which would head by the Outlander's understanding of geography, would circle you back towards the main Glitterhame where you were exploring, and a set of stone stairs on a ledge, which seem to lead you up that way. The stone stairs are shallow but carved, and there is no railing. So it would be a little... It's Lord of the Rings Return of the King when they're climbing up the
secret
stairs.
stair.
Yeah.
Okay.
That didn't look very fun.
Well, I mean, we've been doing the whole go right thing. Do we want to see what's over here before we go up the steps?
Sure.
What, go up the river?
Not the river. No, I mean here.
Like that whole.
Yeah, like see what's
Big-
below.
There's a little alcove there.
Yeah.
Nodding. Okay.
By the way, Lysander has comprehend languages and speak with beasts as a ritual.
Yes.
So I can talk with you guys, and you can yell.
Talk
and
with
I'll
everyone. Now
understand.
you do understand Dwarvish.
Oh, sorry. No, I do understand. No, I did it
You understand everything.
I did it in the
Yes.
stairwell after we had that.
I say, I say to Lysander, although we're going to the right, wouldn't that mean going up the river?
I mean, how about let's not do that until we explore this room?
Oh, that's right. So I guess I wasn't thinking about that because the river goes 2 ways. Yeah.
Yeah, the river cuts through the whole area.
If you want.
Well, sure, I'll splash up here and see what I see. Go just a little bit of ways.
Okay.
Should we just slide it back like
Yeah.
1 square?
Keep sliding it. So
Oh, and I tell Lysander to actually,
Okay.
before
Yeah,
you hang
all the
on,
way?
goes not all the way.
before you do, I ask Lysander to ask Jasmal to cast light on me.
Hey, cast light on
on
that
like
guy.
the inside of my paw,
Yeah.
on my tongue.
That sounds awesome. Do that. I forgot
That's
that
pretty
light
funny.
spell can be cast on individual objects.
Yes. I'll go this far over.
Okay.
That's looking pretty
You can
nice.
see the river is curving around in front of you.
Okay.
What do you see, boy?
Oh God.
Little Timmy in trouble down there?
I can't whistle.
I'm gonna go bite your face. It keeps going a little further ahead, or a while further ahead. Another 50 feet. Yeah.
Yes, I get it. I relay this information.
Tasmanian devil.
Unless somebody declares their intentions otherwise, it's assumed somebody's translating for everything being discussed.
Okay.
But it is amusing that
Yes.
basically what everyone else is hearing is a snarling.
Yes.
I'm just thinking of you instead doing charades
It
with your
means
paws.
so much to you. Yes.
I understand this. This is.
Go a
All the way up there?
A little bit further. Yes.
Okay.
By the way,
Might
should
regret
we
this.
move closer to
Bum,
the
bum,
See a
bum.
chamber,
Yes.
chamber passage open up. Can you please roll me a d6?
I can.
Wait, hold on. Is it a d6?
Absolutely.
It is actually a d4, please.
Okay. That's how many parts of your soul you lose.
Go ahead and lose 3 levels.
Trace.
Okay. Your light spell that you are enacting disturbs 3 giant mosquitoes hanging from the cavern.
Oh my god, that's
They
my
are-
worst nightmare.
They are also
Gross.
known as sturges.
Oh no!
That's a
No!
classic.
Let's kill him. Kill him
They
now.
Certainly a classic.
disconnect from their resting point and begin sailing towards
Yes.
Roll
Go
a-
incoming.
I
Roll
translate-
initiative.
In Wolverine.
I translate as oh my god.
I'm bad at initiative. Always have been.
What is with this initiative? What is going on? Oh, no.
you. Okay. So, 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
16.
Okay. Joff got a 19,
Oh yeah, he's here.
and then 16 for the giant walking robot.
Yelled Lysander.
15
Might
to
need
10.
backup.
I believe I'm adding this in, right, for my initiative?
You are.
So 11, yeah.
Okay. 11 for Jasmal. Threnin got a 10.
And you said you're 12, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah, so perfect.
I forgot your name.
Mora.
No, the character's name.
Mahandra?
Yes.
That's a cool name.
That's a cool name.
Someone named Mahandra's around here.
100, Jesmol, and then Threnin at 10. 10 to 5.
7.
5.
All right.
You rolled poorly.
Can't win them all.
First up is Joff, who will pull out his longsword and ready.
He's not going to rush in. I said could use some backup here.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Did you?
I did.
Did Lightsander say that? You said ah.
Yes. No. I actually translated it. Yeah.
Okay.
He said unless he says otherwise, he's translating.
15.
I like do jazz hands every time I'm joking, just in case.
Ooh.
Hoss.
Haas is going to charge in. Hearing the general distress,
Yes.
so I'm just going to take 2 moves. 12.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe you didn't want to be first in line. You can get up to 2 more spaces, or you can chill out there.
How about I run past the? So here's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the entrance.
Yep.
See what's happening and run 1 past.
Okay. Jesmol.
I will also charge in, and I don't know however far I can get. Just get in somewhere,
Hey, what's up?
10.
kind of behind the line,
30.
ready
Right
to
about there.
help however I can.
Yes.
Although mosquitoes
The-
are disgusting, and giant ones are more than disgusting.
The river is flowing past your
vampire
knees.
bats.
5, 10, 15.
Oh no.
Do they yell Sturge?
But I don't want to get.
They are. What you hear specifically is you hear the sounds of food, eat.
Oh god, no.
More specifically, the 4 Sturges who are on the ceiling above you guys.
Hi. You left me. What have you done?
No.
You're the one who stayed behind.
He was just
No,
slow
I
to
didn't get to
act.
stay.
I rolled Sturge.
So, the 2
Chaos
Sturges around
breaks
Hoss
us.
are going to try and suck your blood.
Okay.
How about they don't go near me?
That is a 17.
I happen to think I have blood.
I know.
17 hits my AC.
And natural 20.
Oh,
That also hits my AC.
So, you will take 3d4 plus 6.
Okay.
I'm yelling area of effect.
2, 5,
burn everything.
Yes.
7, 13 piercing damage. And
Okay.
these Sturges are now latched onto your body.
Okay.
They have their long snouts stuffed past your armor into the gears.
Okay.
No.
Disturbing.
While
So,
attached,
sorry, that was 13 damage?
Yes. While attached, it doesn't attack. But at the beginning of the Sturge's turn, you will lose hit points due to blood loss. You don't have blood, so
Make them all hit him.
next turn they will probably detach.
Yes.
They're going to be very
Ooh,
disheartened.
Saddest
They will.
Sturges ever.
Oh. Shouldn't we all just be robots? That would fix so many problems.
Creature including the target.
Next,
You can also,
next campaign, all
as-
Warforged.
as they are attached to
I
you,
would say Warforged
you
should
can
be
reach
that
up,
one.
grab them, and try and detach them
Okay.
That'd be Groot.
as an option. So, and then the Sturge by the Dire Wolverine. That is a 21.
Oh yes. That's almost everything in the monster manual. I looked up the other day.
So, you take 6
Yep.
piercing damage, and the Sturge behind you is now latched on.
Lame. Super lame.
The Sturge at the back of the group is going to attack Threnin. That will miss. And then the 3 Sturges are going to swoop and buzz around Lysander
Okay, good.
and try and bite you.
Oh, they're okay. Never mind. I thought they were just gonna buzz.
That's an 8.
Okay, good.
That is an 18.
That's gonna hit.
And that is a 23.
That is also going to
So
very much hit.
that one's cocked.
Alright, how dead am I?
Actually, not that bad. I rolled pretty poorly for these guys. You will take 8 piercing damage.
Oof, that's gonna be pain.
2 of the Sturges are now attached to you.
Which ones?
That one and that one.
These two?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you're just gonna. Yeah, thank you.
the other one is not. You, as you ducked out of the way of that Sturge, those two just kind of snatched onto your arms and pierced your. All right, Bruce, you have a Sturge on your back.
Let's see if it's worthwhile. I attack one of them.
The one on Hoss.
Hoss looks perturbed, not really distressed.
7 doesn't hit. 16 and a 20. I'm assuming a 16 and 20 both hit?
16 and 20 will both hit.
Okay. So the crit, it's natural 20. So that's 10, 12 to one of the Sturges. Does that kill a Sturge?
Yes. As you grab it in your jaws, you tear it in half and rend it into pieces.
Okay. And then the other one takes 1d8 plus 2. So 10 more to the other Sturge on Hoss.
Okay, how are you getting to that one?
Oh.
Hoss is in the way.
Well, we're my mistake. Can I move with the Sturge on me?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
then I
attached to you.
had to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 10 more damage to the other Sturge.
Okay. 10 damage is enough to kill that one too.
Shake it and break its neck.
So you rend and tear through 2 of the Sturges, and
Claw
your
and bite.
mouth is full of thick insectoid, not really
Gross.
blood. Lysander.
And some gears.
This is not a good thing. Hold on. So yeah, how about that? I'm gonna go ahead and cast Blink on myself.
Okay.
So end of my turn, I guess, because I can't do a disengage action, and that sucks.
Yep.
Rolling
Take
d20.
that 2 levels in a
I'll
row.
come try to help you.
That's gonna be
10, which is just below, so I
Yep.
think you're still there.
just below the threshold.
Okay.
That sucks.
Back up to the top of the round. Joff kicks the sides of Bishop, which is a giant black panther, rides him up to behind you, and then is going to take a swipe at the Sturge on your back.
Oh, good friend.
That will hit. Almost certainly will kill it. Yep. With a single swipe of his longsword, he decapitates the Sturge, and it is now dead.
Much appreciated.
Those got
Hoss.
Hoss says, "Hold very still."
That Sturge is dead.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and then it's
I thought you said you were blind!
You just have a gun aimed at his shoulder.
I guess I'm going to take a move and get up to here.
All right.
And is that the Sturge?
Yes. Can you please make a athletics check?
Sure.
Oh, the river.
I mean, I can try.
Do you want me to swap with the fake Sturge for one of your Sturges?
That's not what
Yes.
I wanted.
And they're not actually Sturges, but yes.
That's probably not good.
That's pretty close.
Athletics.
There you go. It's a homunculus.
Did that one attack anyone?
5.
Really?
Yeah.
Hasn't yet.
I don't
Okay.
think it did. Who's
move.
Who's that?
You
That is
tumble
Sturge.
downhill,
okay.
and you will take bludgeoning damage.
Thank you, Rose.
Good sound.
Live
who's
action
this
role
dwarf
playing.
that we
As you
tried to
lose
help
your
find?
footing,
Because it
Yeah,
slants up.
tumbling.
This is
Rose.
the location
Yeah,
of,
it
like,
slants upwards.
a super-
Like this is
yeah,
this is where the river came down and touched
But
her.
it was
You take
not
1
here
point
yet,
of
false
bludgeoning damage.
information.
Jasmine,
I'll take it.
Oh,
I need you to make a.
And I'm prone.
You're knocked prone and
Crap.
sliding.
Okay.
So, Jasmine, you can make an athletics check to stop Hoss's fall, or you can make a acrobatics check to jump out of the way.
Athletics, I believe, are not very good for me. Acrobatics are good, but I can help Haas if I do.
Athletics can
Athletics.
help Hoss. Acrobatics, you stop yourself from getting knocked over.
Difficult choices. Those are
My
good
athletics
role
are poor, but I don't want anything bad to happen to Haas, so I'll give it a try.
Okay. You can do it.
6.
Jasmine, you are knocked prone. Threnin jumps out of the
Tried,
way,
buddy.
and you guys stop short because, like, both of you are pushing down on each other.
How
You
about
stop
this?
short, but you are both knocked prone. Okay.
Rose, you do
I could have done it if I just looked out for me. I just know that,
Yes.
Haas.
That's the answer.
I would have flipped beautifully.
Yes.
Majandra,
You would
you
have gotten
hear
the
the
10.
sound
It was
of
beautiful.
something fighting
Okayly.
fighting
Somewhere.
in. You hear them fighting in the area where you get your water.
Very, very
You can, if you look out of your small little alcove, you can see the sounds of.
Horrible things.
You can see like lights flickering all over, and some person screaming, "Help! Help!"
What are these things? Ah!
barking and yipping and
Did you want to do anything?
Can I Is movement like a turn?
It's part of your turn. You can move 30 feet, which is
Okay.
6 squares, or you can double move, which would take your whole turn to move 12 squares.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So
Do you have to roll for that?
No,
or-
No.
Okay.
it's free to walk. You easily leap over the coffin that blocks the entrance to your home.
So
10,
you're just
15,
chilling in
20,
here? Is
25,
that
30.
what?
What's
5,
that?
10,
Okay.
15,
She's chilling with coffins. Let's
25.
not forget that. That was what we
You
just
guys
heard.
don't know me.
That's
I don't know you. You don't know me.
So, from your guys' perspective, actually, pretty much just Lysander. Actually, nobody can see her because she's in the corner.
Lysander's kind of busy.
Lysander's busy. You guys are up in the
Haas
river.
wasn't otherwise occupied. He's got line of sight.
So
but
you can hear the sounds of fighting. Unfortunately, that takes your whole turn to run up there. Jesmal, you were knocked prone.
Okay,
You just
so
have to move.
can I stand up and try to get that sturge?
You stand up.
Da-da-da-dum.
So I don't get my action, right? I could only move and then I lost my action or something.
Right. What do
Can
you
I
want?
also attack it now that
Yeah,
I'm up?
it
Alright.
was half your movement to stand up, and now you can attack it.
I want to try firebolt. See how that works out. Is that
Okay.
Classic.
so?
Go ahead and take a shot.
15 plus anything or?
Plus your spell attack
Oh,
modifier.
okay, right. Plus 6.
Nice.
All right.
21.
That is more than enough to hit the sturge. Go ahead and roll damage.
My firebolts have not worked out very well before. Alright, so damage is 2d10. Is that right?
Yep.
Is that?
No.
No, this one.
No.
Nope,
That one.
this one. Okay.
Yes, twice.
7.
Okay.
And...
10.
Oh, 10. That's a lot.
As you summon up this firebolt, you watch as the sturge recoils instinctively in fear, and you launch the firebolt forward. As it slams into the sturge, the central portion of it, like the body, gets burned away, and the wings just flutter down
Gross.
as you annihilate it in terms
Yes.
of fire damage. Brennan makes his way down. He has no problems. He turns and he lines a shot at one of the sturges on you for sneak attack.
Yes, Rose.
Natural 20.
No
Oh,
expected
good.
it.
Okay, good.
No roll needed.
Okay, he did
So-
not hit me.
360 no scope.
As he comes sliding down the water slide, he stands up, takes the shot. As you're kind of
While
trying
he's
to-
sliding, is he like?
Yes.
Oh,
While he's sliding, he turns and he takes the shot. And as you're turning, he clips it and it tears right off of you.
Nice.
okay, good. Now get the other one.
All right. Lysander, please roll me a d4.
Yeah, that's not good.
The battle disturbs another sturge in the cavern,
Which? Why'd you have me roll that?
because I didn't want to.
Yep.
All right. The sturge locked onto you
Yeah.
automatically succeeds.
Yeah, that's not good.
You take
I'm nervous.
7 blood loss damage.
That's not good.
And that
Yeah,
sturge
I kill the hell out of you.
right next to you is going to try and attack you again.
And we did it to them. We trained them. Right?
Yeah.
That
We
is
trained them till they're
a
crazy when they're
Yeah.
16.
That's gonna hit.
Another sturge latches onto you. You take 7 piercing damage.
Oh, jeez, this is not good. I'm at 2. I'm looking very, very injured. I'm looking kind of
I'm
gaunt.
save him, random stranger.
If you can
Uh,
knock
Yeah,
that
you
down.
really have to tilt
And
them.
now I remember to use my Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
Nice.
Don't even bother rolling damage.
It just explodes.
It doesn't have enough hit points to survive 2d10.
Okay, so it bursts into a mote of flame and then
As
disappears.
as it latches on and shoves its piercer into you,
I poke it.
your the flame. I was going more like as it's starting to draw the blood out, you just ignite the blood.
You kind of.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The
That's
sturge just
stylish.
explodes from inside out.
Hellish poke.
The sturge that just got disturbed is going to try and attack Hoss.
I'm nowhere
No, it's me.
near
It's
it.
Oh,
Rouge.
Sorry, Bruce.
Yes.
Weird one.
Yes, very weird. Weird is right.
That is a 20 to hit.
Yep, that is.
It latches onto you.
Indeed.
You take 5 piercing damage.
Cool.
Cool. That ends the Sturge's turn. Bruce, it's your turn.
All
And you
right.
guys are you're familiar enough with Sturges to recognize them.
Okay, I'll just attack the one on me.
Okay. Disadvantage attack.
Yep. 10 doesn't hit, right?
Nope.
8,
Nope.
15.
15 will hit.
Nice. 6.
Okay. And your normal breakdown is claw bite, right?
Yeah, claw bite.
All right. As you are swatting at this thing on your shoulder, you eventually just turn and
bite its head off, and
Why do I eat everything?
and it goes.
We're going
The visceral insectoid greenish blood splatters across the cavern wall.
Icker.
And a little bit of your blood.
Lovely
Yeah.
descriptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going full Dark Souls today. Wow.
All right, that was
Boy description.
Root's
I don't
turn.
move. I'll move
Guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
All right.
7, 8. Yep.
Go ahead and make a
Got it.
check.
Does being quadrupedal add anything to it?
No, it's a being quadrupedal puts you more into the water.
10.
All right, you have no difficulty
Okay.
traversing. That river probably supposed to be difficult terrain, but anyways, Lysander, it is your turn. There's a sturge on top of you.
No, yeah. Screaming, but I'm gonna go ahead and Sacred Flame it because that's not actually gonna cost me much. So go ahead. That's gonna make a dex save.
You said dex save, right?
Correct. It's a DC 14,
16.
and he beats it.
So as you are ducking out of your sacred
Gotta be
flame,
kidding me.
the sturge is also crawling across to you. And
Get off of me!
Get off, get off, get off, get off, off.
Yeah, and yes, his voice actually cracks during this.
Do some blinking.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm gonna move first. So I'm gonna move myself a little closer to everybody, so I'm screaming, running into the river. And I'm guessing I turn and see you at this point.
What?
So you see do you want to describe yourself?
A young woman wearing horribly ragged clothes and carrying a spear.
Ah.
What?
Also covered in bits of sturge that seem to be acting as some sort of protective armor.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
It does say that.
Oh, well, hide there. And also, I did not roll enough to get my blink, so that's not good.
You are still
Being,
there.
being calm and casual with a
I was hoping to go,
giant
oh, hi there.
mosquito attached to
Out
his
of
neck.
existence all of a sudden.
All right, it is now Joff's turn. Joff is going to. Joff's going to head into that cavern directly in front of him,
You know, that's exactly what he would do.
Lysander's
And-
just screaming somewhere.
and he's on Bishop.
Looking for treasure.
He is going to ready an action in case something happens.
Yeah.
Hoss, it is your turn.
As his tradition.
Okay.
You are currently prone in a river.
Yeah.
You don't rust, do you?
I tried. Us.
A little bit, but not enough to matter.
He's probably got good oil.
Well, oh yeah. So
Well,
I'd like to search the thing, but that's not what Haas would do. So Haas stands up and walks 1, and that ends his movement.
okay.
And then I guess I will move cautiously upstream.
Oh, the other way?
So
Sorry.
3 instead of 6.
Oh, other way?
Oh, you wanna go
upstream.
Upstream. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and move.
That's
3
downstream,
squares.
right?
No, that's upstream. The river flows up.
It's coming down this way.
Yeah.
Because this is higher elevation.
I brought my markers for this.
Hang on, the river flows up.
Like the river's flowing down, but
Wait a second.
it goes up.
It's magic. Come on.
The water is okay. The water is
I just
going
got that.
that way, isn't it?
No.
No.
This is higher elevation. This is lower elevation. It's flowing this.
So it was slippery to go down, but hard to. Okay, I get it. All right, I get it. Okay, so I'm going to go downstream 3
Okay.
to. Okay,
You
There's-
probably have a line on Lysander's
I was gonna say.
insect
but with cover, right?
with cover, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I see the sturge and.
Should we end it now?
Lysander screaming.
Haas shouts, "Hold still!"
Trying!
William Tell over here.
Oh no! I rolled a 1.
Lysander said.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
I'm at 2 hit points. What? No. Okay.
The good news is you can't take more than 2 damage at 2 hit
I,
points.
I know.
Well.
Okay, well, that's not a good thing.
Yeah. That's the only good thing.
I have a good berry in my pack.
1,
Just
2,
feed me.
3.
He should have been shooting a good bear at your mouth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
There's several people you could hit.
10 piercing and 3 thunder.
I'm
Alright.
going down.
As you fire the gun, you have a line perfectly on the sturge. Unfortunately,
I start flailing.
as you fire the gun, Threnin is getting up from his water slide power shot. As he stands up, the bullet clips right into his shoulder, ricochets off.
More than
and
a clip.
slams.
That's a good solid.
You said it was 13 total, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He took the full.
Yeah. Or you don't add your dex modifier on this, so
Why not?
because I'm a little bit nice.
Because you didn't
Okay.
aim. This wasn't because you aimed well.
In that case, 10.
Okay.
You mentioned
Because the dex is part of the piercing.
Okay.
that actually sounds like a good thing moving forward. Like, oh, if you crit fail and hit somebody, don't add a bonus to it.
So, Majandra, you see this elf stumble out screaming as there's one of what you would recognize as a scourge because you harvest them for parts.
The plot thickens.
He is currently entwined or like trapped by one. So you can attack it. You could run up and tear it off of him. You could slink back into your tunnel.
Take the parts and leave.
You just stab
I
me,
do have
take
a
the sturgeon.
spear.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
can
want to rush in and attack it with a
Yeah.
spear? All right. So you rush forward. Go ahead and roll a d20 plus your spear attack.
Okay.
And
So that's 14. And then plus 3, I think.
yep.
17.
So that hits. Go ahead and roll. You'd be using this two-handed, so roll a d8.
Which one is
The pure that one.
Yeah.
That one.
This one? This one?
Yep.
Yeah, the 8 one.
And add 1.
Double pyramid.
8.
8 damage.
Nice.
As you dash forward with your spear in hand, you slam the spear point right into the head of the scourge. And Lysander, you watch as the scourge relaxes its grip, and you just lift the scourge body off of him and flick it off. and
And then you blink out of existence.
And then it's just like, hi, so my...
The god of irony.
We'll see what happens. All right, that ends Majandra's turn, I assume. Did you want to do anything else with your
No,
turn?
that's fine.
All right, Jasmine.
I probably will run towards the commotion because I'm interested in what's going on there.
Okay.
But I can't get too far because we're kind of backed up.
All right.
You can move through people.
Um.
So you can actually get to the other side of
Okay.
Brendan if you want.
All right, maybe I will. I want to see what's going on.
Make-
I've heard Lysander
Well,
screaming for a while.
if she double moves and moves cautiously, she should be okay, right?
5 or 10, 20, 30. Yeah, if you double move, you'd be able to.
I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to do. Is
Okay.
I'm nosy.
So she's up here.
No.
Someone new here.
Yeah. Threnin is kind of recoiling as his shoulder is clipped.
That was kind of rude to just run right past him. I forgot he got shot.
Oh, hi, friend. That's
person
all.
The person with the healing spells.
Maybe.
All right.
I didn't really
Oh,
think that
good,
would
good
be
lass.
right.
Go to the...
So-
Wait, what? No, where are you going?
Maybe I'll like skid to a halt and be like, "Oh crap!"
He kind of shoulders his crossbow a little closer and was like, "Ow!" And he throws you a glare.
I
did
I
act
said
crazy,
hold
but
still.
I didn't.
Not to me. It is now
Oh,
the
hi.
Sturge's turn.
Oh, please. We left him all alone.
It
Near
doesn't
the,
work out well.
near the
for us.
Sturge generator.
As the two Sturges attach and start going for Juff, his ready to action triggers. He takes a swipe at one of them. That'll hit. So you hear the sounds of like
Oh jeez.
as something seems to be happening up there.
Triple shred.
Bishop didn't move very far, so Bishop's also going to get a claw attack, but that misses. So then the final Sturge will latch on to Joff. All right. Bruce, you hear sudden sounds of battle.
Hey,
So
can
he's
I?
on his
Do you want an athletic check?
Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics check.
He's a crazy little
8.
He's very
You
brave.
just barely succeeded.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Then I will attack.
All right.
18 versus armor class.
Your modifier is plus something, right?
Yeah, plus 4.
Okay.
Yeah. The damage is always plus 2. So yeah.
Yeah. The
What do you plus
it
2?
only has 2 hit points.
Okay. There you go.
You dash up and
And actually, that was my full move.
okay.
I'll
Start
also
to
just
grow
use a
down.
bonus action to burn a first level spell slot to heal myself.
Okay, and that leaves you with one level
first
spell
level,
slot. Okay. Lysander, you heard the sounds of battle grow dim behind you up in the cavern.
A little concerned because spear next to head. Just like, oh, why hello?
Thank you.
Hel-
Yeah.
why? Yes.
All right, you're out of 6 seconds of talking.
That's a painful
That's the
6
point.
seconds.
It took him a second. He's like, what? Yes. Hi.
Go ahead and roll for blink.
You're the one with the high charisma,
not
right?
Roll for blink.
I think we're going to take a
I blink out of existence.
Bye.
He's awkwardly saying hi and also trying to say thank you, and then suddenly he just disappears from you.
So I'm just not there.
All right.
Now I roll it. Well,
Joff is going to make a perception check to see if there are any more Sturges.
So I'm just
Joff doesn't see any Sturges.
I'm just chilling in the ethereal plane, just
Hoss.
like, oh, this
It's the sulfur of the caves, guys. It's the magic.
The miasma of the swamp.
Hoss yells back upstream. Is everything okay up there?
Joff says,
No.
I think we're okay.
So
How are you?
Hoss goes forward and Threnon's standing up. Okay, he's standing up, right?
Yeah, he's standing up.
He kind of ushers Threnon out of the water and says, "Let me have a look at that." And then he's also, he's kind of like cradling his gun, and he's like staring at you while he's also, like looking at, while he's looking over Threnon's injury.
You can see that it seems most of the damage was deflected off up into the ceiling.
Right.
So his arm wasn't literally blown off.
Right.
He seems to have. He is just barely not bloodied
Okay.
from that one shot.
Like if you guys look at Hoss, he's obviously bloodied. He's
You guys-
banged up.
And you guys have been moving your way through these caverns very aggressively.
Right.
Are we in as an initiative order, or do you want us to keep it for now?
I want to keep it until everything's been resolved.
Right.
Sure, of course.
So Hoss, so what you see coming out of the shadows, although I have a lantern, like there's a lantern kind of on the end of the gun, hanging off of it. You see that, but with like kind of a fantasy clothing, although he does have like a slouch hat. If you've ever seen the web comic, or it's actually a real comic, Atomic Robo, he looks like a robot. That's a person. No obvious mouth, but very expressive eyes. Blue glowing, but otherwise wearing fantasy armor and clothing and that sort of thing. So anyway, that's me.
Okay.
Now that I'm visible.
It is your turn. You see no signs of battle. You're surrounded by a couple of strangers. You heard them shout to some of the strangers who are further up the river. But beyond that.
I don't know if this is a rollable action, but I would love to rush forward and hug Jasmine because she is the first human woman I've seen in like a while, and it's such a relief.
I'm alarmed as you approach and kind of put my hands up, but then I realize and I'm like, okay.
And I cry.
You probably don't smell very good, but
Yeah. Probably don't either.
that's true. All right.
Nobody. Everything.
So much for
everything's
smelling, not smelling very good.
Jasmine,
Yes.
it is your turn. The strange human woman came up and gave you a hug. By the way, Jasmine, did you want to describe your character really quickly?
Yes. I am basically, I look like I'm Arabic. I have like dark skin, dark hair.
Kind of like Jasmine from Aladdin?
Something like that.
I was
yeah.
wondering about the name.
Copyright issues, though.
No. I mean, I come from across the sea, so I'm like,
Playing.
hey, sweetie. Thanks for, I think, helping her friend there. I didn't really see everything that happened. Are you okay? And
That'll be
there's
your
not
turn.
much else to do, but
Brennan,
Receive the hug. I rolled to
Yes.
receive hugs.
Brennan, as you were kind of guiding him over and you were looking at the cannon, Brennan kind of like smacks you away a little bit. He's like, I'm fine.
All right.
Didn't hurt that bad. And then you watch as a little bit more blood just kind of seeps out in his clothes. He seems to be lying.
You can cast mending on his shirt and put his shirt back together.
That'd be funny.
Roll insight on that.
It is now the Sturge's turn. No more Sturges activate. We are now out of initiative.
Hurrah!
So at that point, Lysander links back into existence.
Do you end your spell?
Yes, I'm going to.
I see
It
you,
would
he
be
came
really
back
annoying
behind
if
rather
that
than
happened.
near you.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could just keep disappearing.
You're making me nervous.
In
'cause
case
that
more,
means something
more
else is
Sturges
coming.
appear.
But it only lasts for a minute, so it would last for 10 rounds. It wouldn't be worth it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to drop the spell.
Okay.
Blink back into existence and go, what I meant was, hello. So good to meet you. Thank you so much for stopping me from dying.
I'm not listening to you. I'm hugging.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
you have this
There's
lovely
a lot of dead
embrace.
There's a
Sturgeon in
moment.
this hug.
Well, you're still saying the thing, but yeah, it's deaf ears.
Okay.
In any case, so after
Bruce,
that bit of community
you
banter.
and Joff. Joff hops off of Bishop, having seen there are no more Sturges coming out. He goes over to what appear to be a desiccated dwarven corpse.
A hideous pile.
Hey, Rose.
Yeah. He goes over, and you watch as he kind of snaps a leather pouch off of the belt, and he opens it up, and his eyes go, and then he looks at you and he says, "Later."
Okay.
And then he hops on Bishop, and they power slide down the water.
Oh, nice.
You're
That's very.
absolutely sure he isn't a rogue.
He just knocked us over.
Yes.
This way.
Cowabunga, dude.
Random hugging girls.
Hang 10.
This has suddenly gotten very strange. You're just in a life or death situation, and now it's,
The water park.
I don't know, yeah.
Noah awkwardly apologizing to Air. Us getting knocked over.
Non-consensual hugs. 16.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Uh,
I forgot.
Were you looking for anything in specifically?
I'm just trying to see if there's anything like buried here. I'm looking mostly on the ground. I'm kind of just seeing if you missed anything on the corpse. I'm kind of sniffing around to see, do I smell any other scourges or anything, or hear them or whatever.
In terms of smell, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, this area kind of has this stink of really dried blood,
Yeah, sure.
so it's not easy to detect anything.
Beautiful.
You notice a desiccated dwarf floor. His body is mostly decayed away. His gear mostly rotted away. You don't notice anything obvious on the corpse that would have been missed.
Okay, fair enough. All right, then I'll move down and join the group.
Okay. So, what are you guys in the group doing?
Okay, I
I'm asking
will
for healing.
try to stand up and help up the random hugging girl.
Okay. You guys are able to stand up.
Okay.
So, I'm requesting healing, please. Oh, and you have not said your name yet, or?
Have you asked? Have you said your name?
So, thank you again. Who are you?
Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're
This is just
like
this is just
chatting.
free.
Gotcha.
Free.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We don't
It's-
have to.
It's improv.
It's
All right.
acting.
This is
I
the
don't want to go into details, but I've been down here for a long time against my will, and I'm going to be following you out. Not negotiable.
Okay, that sounds vaguely murderous.
You owe me.
Do you know the way out?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
we-
would know that where you came from when you escaped, you ran down those stairs.
I mean, is that of use to them?
Might be.
So wait, you've been down here for how long?
A long time. Let's just leave it at that. I'm super traumatized.
How old? Do you know how old she is? Do we know how she
She's-
looks roughly?
Late teens, early 20s.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not like feral child.
Plus dirt.
No.
Where are you from?
A place that doesn't exist anymore.
That's.
Stop asking me about my past.
No, sorry.
Super depressing.
I feel like I'm testing her.
Guys, do you know what?
I don't want to push any buttons. I apologize. So you haven't been able to find the way out. Who threw you down? I should stop asking questions. Welcome to the group. Yeah. Welcome to the group. We think we found a way out.
Great.
Did you
I'm
try?
coming.
Did you try at some point going down this corridor? I explain where we came from, where we found that extra hatch.
You explored that area once. You were scared off by the sound of a very, very large, very, very angry animal of some kind. And decided that heading that way probably not dangerous. Probably very dangerous.
Well, we have slain the beast, and therefore
Congrats.
the way is Thank you. I'm saying that we have a way to help you.
We slain the beast.
I'm
Might not be
coming.
the beast.
Good. No, but yes.
But you don't have to translate that. That's the good news.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
He says I'm a mighty warrior.
Yes.
I slay him single-handedly is
companion.
what he said.
My companion here says that he also fought the beast, and it was fantastic.
Do you
Battle-
live here?
Out of necessity? Yes.
So you'd like to not live here?
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's get out of
We
here.
Is
can
there
help you with
anything important we should know before we all try to get out of here?
Good question.
I'm super good at fighting sturgeons.
Yes, we saw that. You were amazing.
That's the only
Anything
information I
we
have
should
for
be
you.
afraid of, or that you know of?
that. Is there a place we
You
could
do,
take?
there was what captured you. You could warn them about that.
Oh. Yeah.
You can tell from where they came in, like following the light, they didn't They didn't come from the stairs like you did.
Okay.
So
So
whatever.
the stairs direction is the thing that captured me.
The things that captured you.
Gotcha.
The thing is,
Gotcha.
what
Whatever
kind of
you
thing?
tell us, we're just gonna use to all get out of here.
All right. If
so.
y'all go up those stairs, there are a shit ton of orcs.
Oh,
Hey, that's exactly where we want to go.
thank you.
Oh.
Good to know. When you say a
Oh,
shit
sorry, just
ton,
Warhammer.
can you be
I don't
more
have an exact number
specific?
for you. A lot.
You could make an intelligence check. Roll a d20, add your intelligence modifier.
Me.
Yes, you.
Okay.
If you want to recall. Of course, we're making you remember things about the trauma again.
13.
13. You know that there were about, like, 4 of them launched an attack on your farm. You saw 3 or 4 of them milling about in the chamber. Some of them were the same, some of them were different. So you've seen anywhere between
Here.
6 and 8. It sounds like there's a lot more than that in the area. Like there was a lot of activity from where you were.
From a scale of 1 to, oh my god, there are so many orcs. How many orcs?
That's
On a
not
scale
very
of
useful
1
number for you.
to 20, it would be natural.
Oh.
There's a lot of them. So how about...
Mr. Be Natural.
So remember my whole thing about let's get out of here before worrying about the orcs? I think I might stick with that idea. Not to be selfish or anything, but we could come back with more numbers.
I mean,
You have friends? Down here?
that you haven't alienated.
Do you have any friends?
I mean, Varys.
Hoss looks.
There's still X-Men, yeah.
Hoss kind of soberly looks around at the group and says, "Well, I mean, do we like? So you said 20.
No, I said it's natural.
Okay.
A lot of orcs.
Okay.
Could we just nuke them from orbit?
Are you feeling
Done with
lucky?
I think we can take it to work.
One.
One each.
They're still.
Okay.
I
We're
think-
all surrounded, therefore they can't escape us.
I think we should take a rest. Yeah, so Hoss says, I think we should take a short rest and regroup, take care of our cat. We've been on the move.
Yeah, Threnna needs some patching up
And I asked for
because
Lysander,
of reasons.
is there a safe place around here for us to rest? I asked Mahandra.
Lysander, do you translate?
Yes, I translate for the dog that's screeching.
I'm basically Chewy at this point.
Do you want to turn back into a person, or are you just
I
like
still got hit points.
okay?
Just a tip, let the Wolverine win.
He's still got.
Do
Preserving
you
hit
have a
points.
translator now?
Yeah,
You
in
don't need
combat,
to-
you probably know by now in like war zones, I stay in the animal form as long as possible because they're
okay.
non-renewable hit points
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
So
You might as well.
yeah,
And he's still got an hour and a half before time runs out.
and I can now actually talk a little bit, so it's a little less of a pain than it
So,
was.
Lysander says that the giant dire Wolverine asks, "Where do you have a safe place to rest for a little while?"
Oh, to clarify, he's a druid. Don't worry.
It's not just a dog. Okay.
Do like a little Wolverine bow, you know.
He's an
Yes. I do have a safe place to rest. There are a lot of dead people, but
Did
don't
you
feel
kill-
negative about that. No. Definitely no. But can I lead them
Yep.
back in that direction?
Okay, let's follow her.
So
Okay.
you lead
Yeah,
them
I'll
back into
follow
this
her.
area here. As you all enter into this cavern area, you can see that it is an extremely large cavern, faintly lit by natural phosphorescence. Ceiling rises 50 feet high in places. Crystals glimmer softly in the eerie light. Weird, beautiful flows and structures of delicate stone grace the chamber. The western portion of the great cave is separated by a steep bluff, which you are currently standing on top of.
So there's that. Which way is west?
North, south, east, west. This is west.
Okay.
The bluff is that way?
No, you are on the bluff.
Oh, okay.
We're on a bluff overhanging space. We have the
I'm sorry, the space we're overhanging is in that direction.
Like-
is there a wall on this side? Let's start with that.
No,
Okay.
that's why.
That's the
nothing's
bluff.
Okay, so that's what I was okay. That's what I was asking. Does this kind of match up with the?
Hold on.
Okay.
A couple dozen large
Hershey.
stone sepulchres line the cavern walls, each carved with intricate reliefs and designs and marked with dwarvish runes. That would be these pseudo coffins. You never really got a good look at them because you don't have a good light source, but
I got dark vision.
Thank
you were asking a question?
Yeah. So, would I get the impression that the bluff that we're at the top of is the elevated area that we saw earlier that we didn't go to?
Or do I do? Who's
Did,
really good?
did we like?
Who's
loop
really
back-
good with maps?
Have we looped back around?
Yeah, you guys are. Somebody in here is fairly intelligent, so yeah. You guys are
I
able
have
to determine
excellent
that
memory for maps and geography.
you've been following this right hand, which has gotten you to circle around. And Lysander was making the map. I don't know if he's keeping it up to date.
No, well, in character, I could totally be doing that. I just took notes on the Dwargar militia space, just because I figured that was the most important part.
Hurrah!
Hey.
Hang on.
Well, so Haas realizes this, but you're also probably expressing it, So we're all aware that we've completed the circle.
The circle is now complete.
Your friend Majandra guides you over to this area where there is a crack, a crevice in the wall, which you guys, if you slide through, it's a bit of a tight fit, allows you into a larger chamber than this, but it was only meant to hold her for a little bit. You guys are able to get in here and take a short rest if you so want.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
do that.
Does anybody light a torch of any kind? Or
My
campfire?
lantern is still lit.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I forgot
Use
to-
my light.
I forgot to ask what race she is.
human.
Human, okay.
Which is why she felt so connected to the other human.
Yep.
Everybody goes into the cavern, I assume.
Yes.
The torch runs out. Your torch.
Okay.
That
Nope.
was one of Hoss's.
No,
Right.
hey,
So
no.
that one's done. Lamp oil, you're, I think at this point, up to about 3 or 4 hours of oil used.
Yeah.
And you get 6 hours per
right.
penny.
Might as well preserve it if we remember that we have unlimited light spells.
Oh, yeah. We gotta
Yes,
start doing that.
except as soon as Haas is feeling better, he's gonna creep back out and he's gonna check out all those runes and drawings because that's kind of his forte.
Lysander's also going to check it out because comprehend languages.
But first, we're in the midst of the short rest.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
what is everybody doing during the short rest?
I will play a song of rest because
Okay.
you guys all
I'll
need
get you
it.
one.
You probably need some emotional healing too. So
What does Song of Rest do?
It allows her to add 1d6 to everybody's hit points.
If you
man.
spend the hit, though.
If you spend the
if
At least one
yeah.
of
Yes,
Yep.
please.
I am binding my wounds.
You're binding
Okay,
wounds.
so-
Lysander?
Binding.
Hang on. I
Oh,
want to
okay,
get.
sorry.
I want to get everybody's information first.
Okay.
So Jasmine, you are singing and playing a song. Any little tidbits about what you're playing?
You're a nice bear.
It's
Something from your homeland? Something
Yeah,
you picked
it's
up
just-
in
just
this
like
area?
a typical lullaby from my homeland that people would sing to their kids and stuff.
Sure.
Just very.
None of you understand
I mean,
what she's singing, but
The
it's
lyrics are
very
actually
soothing.
really stupid if you know what they said. It's kind of like a
do
kids'
understand.
nursery rhyme thing.
Right.
All right, so
So you understand
he
that
might
she
be
is-
giggling a little bit, but to everyone else, it sounds
Yeah.
super nice.
and she is singing in a language that you wouldn't normally understand. It seems to be from her homeland, because your mind is translating it for you. Nobody else seems to be understanding it. What are you doing?
Nah, looking wounds, I will spend and spending a hit
Okay.
die.
Tending wounds. Lysander?
Tending wounds,
Okay.
spending 2 hit dice.
Mahandra?
Sitting.
You are sitting, enjoying some of
Like-
your carefully harvested water, enjoying the company as the sounds of everyone.
Harvested
Like-
friends.
Yes.
The sounds of tearing bandages and
Good boy.
uh,
Can't throw fun little kids.
And I'll keep half an eye out, because I'm one of the more perceptive of the group. So
All right.
I'll try to keep half an eye out.
make a perception check.
Sure.
Very small. You're
Just
very
making sure
big.
nobody wants to do anything interesting.
Actually,
That's not that great.
there is
It's only
so
12.
once I get to a point that I'm put together, your attire is in what state?
Ragged.
So Haas offers you a pair of like patchwork clothes that's in
Heck yeah.
his pack, and then he
Big step up.
he says to the he kind of indicates to the rest of the group, we're not using this right now, and kind of pulls out the scale armor that's in the pouch
Oh, yeah.
in the bag. Can you use this?
I don't know.
You aren't trained in wearing armor,
Okay, so
but she could wear it.
all right. Well, that's up to you.
It wouldn't come with any massive penalties for you. It would give you some protection, probably.
And yeah.
Okay.
Certainly is probably better than ragged clothes in terms of covering oneself up.
So you tear off the.
So yeah, Haas gives you some size him clothes, which is, I guess, kind of around my build, and so it's like it's big, but they're okay clothes. They're just kind of patchwork. It's an older set of clothes.
Your armor is
I
currently
also-
16, right?
I do have my
Yeah.
healing word. I don't know if anyone's in bad enough shape that they would need
I think-
that.
2
Yeah.
hit points.
Okay.
Well-
All right, buddy. If you don't tell anyone that my song is really stupid, I'll heal you.
It's a
Well-
very nice song.
While we're in a rest, while we're in a rest, we should use the The hit dice.
is
Hit
much
dice
less.
away, but healing word is a limited resource that you can use in the middle of a battle. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
I would totally
you have 2 first level spell slots and I think 1 second level spell slot
left.
left.
Okay.
yeah,
um,
conserve those a little bit.
Okay.
So you take some time, you put on the armor.
One
It's
third level, did you say? Or sorry, one second
1
level.
second level.
All right, and then I
you-
recently got the.
Yeah, you haven't spent any third level spell slots
Okay.
yet.
I should do my
Okay.
healing.
Yeah, like I'm trying to get everything all sorted out. You spend some time putting on your armor. Lysander, you don't roll a d6. Jasmal does.
Oh, you do. Oh, well, I would. You probably.
you roll
get
it for
better.
everyone.
Yeah. So Jasmal, you're singing. Go ahead and roll a d6.
This wasn't. It's a really stupid song. You guys can probably tell.
As everybody who rolls hit dice regains an extra hit point.
I'm up to 15 then. Yes.
Joff gains.
Man.
Joff gains all the hit points he lost back.
Anything better right now.
All right.
I'm gonna roll my last hit die actually because I'm pretty beat up.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't great, but sure. Oh, and sorry, no, I don't add my constitution to that.
You do.
I do. Oh, sorry. So 4 higher plus 2.
Cool.
I am still
That's
looking
good,
pretty
too.
bad, but not horrifyingly like, oh, he's gonna die. I take some of the Sturge bottom and
Alright.
just put the blood back in me. No,
Sure.
that's not how that works.
All right. There's anything else that wants to be done? Bruce, you said you were keeping an eye out. Please roll me a d12 and a perception check.
Okay, you got it.
I was gonna say after healing, the last thing I'm gonna do is read up beast speech and comprehend languages because
Okay.
rituals.
1 is on the d12, 25 is the perception check.
Really?
Yep.
That's really unfortunate.
Womp womp.
All right. As you are closing out your hour of rest, Lysander, you begin casting your ritual. Hoss, you are finishing patching your wounds and you are preparing to go out and explore the caverns. What did you say your perception check was?
25.
Okay. Well, in that case, no problem. You have about a half hour left on Dire Wolverine. You hear a very large thump, followed by another thump, and then another one.
Okay.
You hear the sound of something.
It's not a drum, though. It's not quite
No,
that.
it's more like a Tyrannosaurus Rex stomping on the ground.
Can I take 10 minutes as part of that?
To identify?
Yeah.
All right. As you are beginning to cast the ritual, you hear the sounds of this thumping going on. Mahandra, you have no idea what this is, but whatever it is scaring you. Does anybody do anything while this happens?
I said to Lysander. Did everyone hear it?
Everyone can hear the thumping, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it.
Lysander, so who's best at sneaking to go see what's going on there?
Something bad happening?
You hear very, very large thumping noises, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic Park.
Oh,
You keep saying
The
that
water.
makes me really concerned.
moving.
Yep.
Oh God.
Do we happen to hear like a dragon? Because that would suck.
Perception check.
Sure. That's not fantastic. That's gonna be 12.
Oh, how well hidden are we in that spot?
Well,
Visually, I mean, obviously, there's lots of other ways to
You're-
find someone.
you're hidden pretty well visually. It's a fairly narrow crack. Unfortunately, the light from the lantern is kind of giving the crack away.
And the
I
light
just-
spell.
I just had a thought.
And the light spell that's on your paw or ears or whatever.
I'll peek a Wolverine head out.
Okay, because what I'm
You
going
want
to,
it?
what I'm going to
Okay.
create, what I'm creating an image of is the crystal. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this. And everything.
Is it? There's no back way out of the cavern.
Like, in
There
other,
is no back way out of the cavern.
in other words,
That-
I'm trying to something. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hang on.
Since we last fought it, there hasn't been time for a long rest for any of us, right? Okay.
I'm essentially trying to make it look as though the light coming from the cavern is supposed to be coming from there. Like, oh, it's.
Oh, you're
just-
changing the nature of the
It
light.
just happens to be.
No, he's
bioluminescent
putting up
thing.
bioluminescent in front of
So-
you guys.
So it looks like it's
Camouflage.
Coming from
And how lined up are we currently in terms of how many people get hit with a breath shot if it happens?
that. Everyone.
Right now, the person who's standing in front of this crevice is the most likely person to get.
Yes, but there might be more than one potentially.
Man.
But not all of us. It's not like a one long straight line back.
No, it's not one long straight line back.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
Okay. Fair enough.
I have another option, but I don't know if I want to do this. I can make 2 other people invisible.
I think we should probably get out there and kill it.
No.
Okay. As soon as you say that, I charge out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez, no. I
Yeah.
was trying to hide.
That will only
Dragon.
get us killed.
So
I say,
you charge out.
yeah. Let me know how far. I mean, can I
That's as far as you get
Yep.
right now.
Yep.
Threnin,
Brave little Wolverine.
Boss.
I got more hit points than y'all.
I'm just staying in back.
As you charge out, you watch as the Black Dragon Nightscale rears back in surprise. Doesn't seem like she was hunting you. Seems like she was coming here to talk to somebody.
So-
She is also accompanied by 4 orcs.
Okay.
Okay.
So can I please have some...
Initiatives. Yeah,
We are gonna need initiatives.
maybe we should have hide. I'll apologize if it turns out later we had some chance to hide from this one.
Nah, I think we should kill it all.
You.
Like, I was trying to have you guys just turn your fucking lights off.
That was the other option. Why didn't you just do this?
Why didn't you?
Because you guys just decided to charge.
You scared me too much. I blame you.
You don't
Well,
run
now you're
towards
gonna die,
things
so
you're
I blame you.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, you don't run towards the source of the thing that's scaring you. Usually.
Oh.
Well, dragons have like crazy good perception, so I also figured there's no chance we were going to be hidden from something that could smell us.
Yeah.
If it was trying.
That's fair.
Also, very young. Also, black dragons aren't... The young ones aren't very perceptive.
They're like children.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, you guys can win. And that would be awesome.
And then I might get some dragon scale armor.
This
Might get an epic loot drop.
Initiatives. 25 to 20.
Does no one want to do this?
No one rolled
We're all
25 to
like-
20.
20 to 15.
18
Oh, okay.
15.
What's your dex bonus?
plus 2.
What did you get?
15.
15. Okay.
Fuck that
15
one.
to 10.
I am 13.
Threnin got an 11.
I got 11 too.
Oh, okay. You're...
Jasmine got a 6.
Is that everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it is.
Yep.
6. So, Joff got a 9, and then Jasmal got a 6.
Still wish I could reflavor that.
So, first up is the dragon, who, seeing you, snarls and says, "You! I need you to make a dex save."
Of course.
I'm particularly mad at you for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, you had the snakes.
10. That's not a pass, right?
No.
Yep.
Okay.
You have a dice roll, right?
I do.
Could you please roll 11d8?
Oh my.
That is 46.
No, the dog.
Oh,
You
he continuously
take
stepping
46.
into
Yep.
and unplugging my
So
computer.
14 goes to the Wolverine. 32 carries over.
Threnin dodges out of the way. Threnin appears to be barely standing after that. Lysander, it is now your turn.
I don't even need to actually move my figure for this. But,
So, you move here and take a shot at Nightscale?
yes. if
Okay.
She's in line of sight, rather. Sorry, yeah, we established that earlier.
Go ahead and take your shot.
Cool. 2 Eldritch Blasts. Not that bad, actually. It's going to
Nice.
be 17 and 16.
17 and 16? Both miss.
Oh,
I forgot.
Tough hide.
I forgot 18.
Your blasts swing wide as she's unfurling her wings, and they slam into the stones.
And then I run back.
And then you run back. Nightscale says, "Kill them!" And the orcs come thundering forward.
This is so bad.
Could have just hidden.
Should not have done you. I don't want to be here.
All right.
Should not have followed you to your safe hiding place. You guys
Um,
should have run out.
Armor class?
16.
16. Alright, one of those is going to be a hit.
At some point, I'm going to
There's
stop.
9 hit points left.
The
You will
orcs are
wait
going to
until
throw
the very
javelins at you
last,
as
and
well.
probably then some.
That looks like a 21. So that'll be 2 hits.
How are your cats, by the way?
You
Are
take
they
8
Still
almost
piercing
done
slashing
with
damage
the-
No, like
as the 2
halfway.
blows slam into
Halfway?
you.
Yeah, they do not show any signs of
All right.
rabies so far. So that's good.
Bruce, it's now your turn.
In the
You
Okay.
have all your beast forms.
Yes. Okay. So I will cast the Fairy Fire.
Sooner rather than later.
Apparently, month
20-foot
standard
diameter, right?
exposure.
It's a 20-foot
apparently
cube.
Month
So,
3
okay,
and
yeah.
4
Yeah,
are
what's
the
the
ones
best? Can I
where
catch?
You can catch these
if they're
3
gonna, like,
orcs
start
or
showing
these orcs
it's-
in Nightscale.
or right in there.
Yeah, I want to catch these 2 orcs in Nightscale.
Okay, these dwarves.
I
So
thought,
they'll have to make dex
I thought it was
saves.
faster onset.
All right. So that's
So far, so good.
That they
Yeah.
don't
16,
show it.
17.
Those are passes.
And for Nightscale, you said dex save, right?
Dex save.
Also 17.
Okay. So no fizzles.
Okay.
Okay. Then I will
cats
become
eat
a
bad.
wolf, and I'll just
So they're
shift
under
over here
they're under
because I
limited
can
quarantine in my
I can
basement.
squeeze past them. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If I
no,
can just,
you were
if I can
morphing
just,
here.
Yeah, if I can just
so-
push them
Like,
away.
they're-
I was,
yeah.
Bruce, you watch as he tries to summon fairy fire to trap these creatures. It fizzles, and then his human form is torn away as a dire wolf
Oh, man.
drives the orcs that were attacking him back.
Yeah.
Hoss, it is your turn.
Sit.
Okay.
Sit. Oh, there we go.
Pretty sure I expended all 3 slots. Okay, so
You did. You're out of slots.
I'm gonna go
Save the last hand.
1, 2,
Yeah, shoot 'em.
3, 4,
Working on it.
and I'm gonna shoot the one closest to me.
Take a shot.
Take a shot. No.
I miss.
Okay, you didn't get the one.
Rolled a 2.
Can't win them all.
Kaboom!
Mahandra, you hear a ringing, cacophonous blast, and you recognize it as this strange sound that you heard earlier today when they were fighting with Brown Bear,
Right.
which caused you to go back to your home for a little bit.
Sounds like a lightning crack.
Yeah, this
Yes.
sounds like like thunder and lightning.
So firearms are not a thing.
No,
Okay.
Just his. Only his.
He is the first one.
It is a magical construct.
Okay.
We're gonna have
Um,
tinnitus after this. We're in a cave with all this loud.
It actually looks
Running.
like it actually looks kind of like a lightning strike, and there's like the glowing runes along the thing.
Threnin stumbles back, and he takes his crossbow and he says, "Orc or dragon?" to
Dragon.
you.
A dragon.
Now you can shoot the dragon.
I meant to shoot the dragon. I shot the orc. I got excited.
Yeah. And that's the perfect time to miss is when you hit the wrong one. You
Yeah.
know, when you weren't sure.
Unfortunately, his shot goes wide, clipping off the stones as the dragon curls her head out of the way.
Found a way to go back.
Mahandra, you hear the sounds of battle outside of your area, as well as a very large, angry female dragon who is screaming, "You! Kill them all!"
I'm still gonna go out.
All right.
They're my new friends.
Yeah.
You step
Nice.
out.
That's not
Is that
100.
your outfit?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's just not.
Super nice.
May not matter in the end, but
5, 10, 15, 20,
do you want to
25.
attack the orc or something else?
Yeah, who are you going for?
I'll go for one of the orcs because I have pretty limited abilities.
As you run out here, you can see this 10-foot something black scaled dragon, just wings furled out all the way, snarling, angry, and 4 of the orcs that you recognize from when they attacked your farm.
Right. So
Revenge.
yeah, I have
Oh.
motivation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I roll.
It is
Yep.
pissed.
Oh, okay. I was gonna throw my spear, but I guess it's like
You're right next to it, so you can just stab with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You thrust forward with a spear, and the orc just deflects it out of the way with his great axe.
It would also leave you without a spear if you would have understood.
Joff kicks Bishop.
Yeah.
You gotta stop abusing your pets, man.
I mean, he's a tiny little halfling. He probably doesn't even feel it.
Joff is going to hop off of Bishop onto the stonework, and as he hops off, he's going to slash at the orc.
He's got flanking.
He does. Bishop makes an attack. That'll hit. Joff makes an attack. 12 plus 3 is enough to hit. So,
Nice.
56 for that, and a d8 for that. As he slashes, Bishop he slashes and he cuts into the orc's neck. Bishop rides the orc down to the ground with basically a pounce. He slams his claws into the shoulder, bears him down, and then starts to go for the throat. Advantage on the attack. Unfortunately, the orc is able to block Bishop, and Bishop hops off. Would have been cool if that worked. Jasmine.
Okay. I guess I'll run out. Will I be able to shoot at the dragon from like behind where the orc is lying down?
Oh, it's
without
prone.
Or yeah.
Oh, you want to go like here?
Yeah. Or can I like hop over?
Yeah, 20. You can get here, no problem.
Okay. Yeah. And I would be able to shoot like a firebolt from there.
Yeah,
cleanly?
the dragon is tall enough that you can just shoot
Just-
up and
okay.
avoid everybody.
And the things in front of you are short. It's not
Yeah, and they're
back
like
and a
knocked
panther.
over. So
Yeah.
okay.
Like-
So
10-foot tall dragon's not going to be able to hide behind a 5-foot tall orc.
all right. Well,
Who's on his back?
Who's on his back?
I will do that, and I will try to hit it with a firebolt.
Go ahead and roll.
Nice.
16 plus 6. Yeah,
So
22.
that will hit. Go ahead and
Everything
roll
but Tiamat and the Taurus.
roll fire damage.
Okay. Fire damage is
2d10s.
2d10s, right? Come on.
New parachute. Nice.
6.
Good
All
start.
right. 2.
So
Everybody
8.
Well, yeah.
Everybody counts.
As your firebolt that you fire up into the air slams into the side of Nightscale's face, the flames kind of licking towards her eyes. She's
It's okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy.
I think she's mad.
Nightscale is going to open her wings, and she flies off map. Like I said, I wasn't expecting you guys to go here. She flies into the air, off the bluff, and curves around so that she's over here, a distance away, but the computer. As she is flying, she seems to be hovering there in the air as she's
I
snarling.
remember the fly.
Nightscale seems to be waiting for something.
Okay.
Lysander, it's your turn.
Cool. So, I'm gonna go ahead and pop out again and take a pot shot. Oh, and I got perfect line of sight too. This is great. 15, 11. So a 20 and a 16. So first one's gonna miss.
20 will hit.
Yes.
Force damage.
Heck yes. That's gonna be 12 or sorry, not 12, 10 damage. Just to give it different. And
Yes.
I'm also going to use my repelling blast feature to blast it back.
You push Nightscale back, and she seems unperturbed by the blast as it slams dead center.
And I'm gonna go ahead and hide back in my hidey hole because I'm very squishy.
It is now the orc's turn. This orc is going to stand up with a huge great axe swing towards Bishop. The orc swings down, clips Bishop, and carves through the chest a little bit. This orc is going to take a swipe at you with, at the direwolf, with a great axe equivalent sword.
Sure.
That is a 18.
Yep, I got a 14 armor class. It hits.
And you will take 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
As it
Cuts
carves
me in
through
the
you.
chest. Yeah.
These two orcs are going to step behind the coffin to gain some cover, and this one's going to hurl a javelin at Joff, and this one's going to try and get past its compatriot to hit you.
Okay. Yay, cover something that works in our favor.
The one who throws it at Joff
Let's see if this
misses,
will keep him.
and it clips off of the coffin and goes sailing through the air. This one is now going to target the direwolf. Natural 20. For 7 piercing damage as the javelin sails underneath the orc's swing and slams into your clavicle.
You couldn't do it twice if you tried, but once in every 20 times you could do it twice.
Doesn't need to do it twice.
Yep.
Bruce, it is your turn.
Okay. I will attack this one with my pack tactics.
Go ahead.
24 versus armor class.
That'll hit. If
Okay.
you needed me to confirm.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I was just bragging. 6 piercing damage, and it has to make a strength saving throw. Be
No,
knocked
it
prone.
doesn't.
Okay.
As
I grab
you-
it and shake it.
As you grab onto the chest, this thing is like, he was pretty badly wounded. You tear out
chunk out.
his
You're still bragging.
his intestine
With action.
as you kind of have these stringy entrails in your mouth. They just disconnect and the orc collapses. Pay no attention.
Suddenly pops into
Is that in your turn?
I'll circle around this guy and be here.
Okay, and I'm assuming you stayed in contact the whole way.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. All right, Hoss.
I squeeze you too hard.
The dragon
Alright.
is behind you. The orcs are in front of you.
Yep, I'm gonna shoot the dragon.
Stuck in the middle with you.
You turn around and boom.
That is 23.
That'll hit.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Rightmost is thunder. So 7 piercing, and was that? I think there was a 2 before it fell off. The 2 thunder.
The echoing blast this time slams directly dead center in the underbelly.
Reach out and touch the dragon.
So Nightscale kind of recoils a little bit, and she's flapping at the wings, and she's doesn't seem to want to wait much longer.
Does she look still in rough shape?
No.
No.
Threnin, listening to your advice, will turn and attack the flying dragon. He will not get sneak attack, unfortunately. he will actually hit with his crossbow shot.
Nice.
So, there you go. Okay. His bolt sails and it punches through the wing and leaves a very small hole.
Does not affect its aerodynamics or anything.
Not in this edition.
That'd be really nice.
Mahandra.
It's a
it
big
is your
wing.
turn.
Yeah.
It's a 20-foot wingspan.
Right.
It's pretty big.
Can I move closer to this orc and attack?
Yep. You charge forward.
All right.
And because he's a little distracted by me, you get a bonus.
Wow.
You get 2 dice
Go ahead and roll again.
4 or the oh.
That'll work.
because he's surrounded.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So as you are charging forward, you slam your spear right into his kidney. Go ahead and roll d6 plus 1.
Nice. Sweet revenge.
You slam your spear right into his back, right about where a kidney would be, and you hear the orc, and you tear your spear out, and he starts to swing with his great axe at you.
I can translate that. He said, "Ow, my kidney."
It all makes sense now.
Actually, he was pretty much just saying, Bishop is going to ride up. Joff hops on him.
He's going to run and jump and leap at the dragon.
No, he's going after the
I
orc.
want
Yeah,
him to do that.
As Joff hops off the coffin onto Bishop's back and then rides him up to the orc, he swipes with his longsword. Bishop tears into the orc, and they slam him into the stonework and cut him to pieces.
Nice.
Jasmine.
They're very evocative.
Alright, is the dragon still in distance where we can reach it?
Yeah.
To shoot?
It didn't fly away. It flew
just
off the
hovering.
ground and
Just
away.
off a little bit?
Yeah.
The
It's
bluff.
what, about 20 feet?
It's
this way
hovering
now
out
that
in
I pushed it.
the cavern.
Okay.
Yeah, you pushed it a little further away, but
Yeah.
I guess I'll try my luck with another firebolt towards
Okay.
it.
take a shot.
How that goes. Oh, come on.
Good money, no whammies.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
18 plus 6. Alright.
Yep.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. Where do we go? 8,
Okay.
7.
15.
Nice. Do you have any spells that make it easier to hit? Like Fairy Fire or something?
You are
I
a
don't think
bard.
so.
Can't you do some bardic inspiration?
Oh yeah, I do have those.
You do. You
I
have
should
Do you
probably.
want to give
Three
it to
of them.
someone? Give it to
Yeah. Alright, Haas,
Okay.
go ahead.
So you have a d6. So that ends Jasmal's turn. It is now Nightscale.
Whew.
Nightscale sails in through the air, slams into the stonework near Threnin and
Don't.
Hoss. She's going to lash out with a claw towards Threnin, who's looking pretty rough.
Don't.
7 plus 7 is a
That would
14.
have been very good.
That will hit Threnin. I'm not going to bother rolling damage. Threnin is knocked down as a claw tears across his chest. Now she is going to turn her attention to Hoss.
Okay.
She's going to lash out with a claw and bite. The claw will miss, as will the bite.
Nice.
Good.
That cost her 30 of her fly. She is going to kick off the stone and fly back off.
Opportunity attack, you have the bayonet, right?
You can lash out with the butt of your gun.
Sure. Yeah.
That would be a D4 if you hit.
He
Go ahead and
really
roll.
needs a bayonet
We'll say you're proficient with the gun.
Yeah. So where's okay? That's still all right. So
This
15.
This would be a strength-based attack because you're attacking with a ranged
Yeah,
weapon
right.
anyway.
Not a finesse weapon.
Yeah,
So
I don't think the big ass thunder cannon is a ranged as a finesse
13.
weapon.
Nope.
13 will miss.
Okay.
So as you kind of lash out with the gun, Nightscale just chuckles as she flies away and says, "You foolish interlopers will pay for what you did."
I mean, we already almost killed you once. Oh yeah, it's not my turn. I can't say that.
Pretty good at it.
Lysander. Now
Oh,
you
it's my turn.
It's a
Okay,
free
so now I
action.
do snark at it.
10, 15, take 2 shots and disappear again.
That's the plan.
Okay, take 2 shots.
It's kind of hard to not have that. Oh, actually, the one thing I'm going to do before that, I'm going to hex it.
Nice.
Are you gonna hex it before you run out here, or as you run out here?
Run out of
That's right,
hex.
of course. That's a bonus action.
Yep.
Just
You run out, you hex.
go.
Nice.
Strength is going to be the disadvantage
Yep.
thing. So I'm preparing to roll the extra damage. So first, let's see how does this turn out this time. Good rolls? No, both of those sucked. Never mind.
So as you fire off your
I
2
fire-
Eldritch Blasts, you watch as the black hex energy is curling off the blast and slams into Nightscale, but the blasts sail wide through the gap between her head and the wings and slam into
Wow.
the stonework.
I meant to do that, and I'm out.
You can all tell he's lying.
Did I do that?
It is
roll
now
insight.
the orc's turn. And these orcs are going to leap and attack you.
Yep. I knock one down.
As they choose not to go for their javelins, just grab their great axes. And,
Yep. Indeed.
you shaman will pay. That is a 20 and a 15.
Those both hit.
Okay. You take, so
Where is she?
3, 6, 12, 17 damage.
Okay.
So they kind of hack at your flanks because they're
Getting a
hunters.
little small.
They know where to strike.
It's like weird.
A bonus action to Wolverine.
Okay.
Next to this guy over here.
Okay.
Actually, next to this guy over here.
Okay.
It'd be funny if you got a Wolverine miniature.
I Wolverine attack him. Yeah, I should.
But
Yeah,
like-
the actual dude.
Yeah, the guy.
That's coming. Now that's coming. That's gonna be canon soon.
Snicked Bub intensifies.
15, 22,
Lovely.
11, or 10.
15 and 22 will hit.
Okay. So I savage him with Wolverine claws for 14 slashing damage to this guy.
The orc looks pretty rough after that onslaught of blows. He's like bleeding out of his sides. His ankle's bitten up. That ends your turn.
Yeah.
All right, Hoss.
So, did I identify the wand?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we spent the whole hour. We got our benefits.
Since you can, over the course of a short rest, learn what it is.
The
Yes,
what?
you didn't.
Okay.
You didn't identify it,
Okay.
but you learned its properties.
Hoss shoulders, because he has time now, the rifle and like is rummaging through his bag for something and pulls out the wand that we saw earlier.
He pulls out a small stick with a blue stone on the
Yeah.
tip.
And that's my turn.
And then Thurnan made a death saving throw. Mahandra, it's your turn.
Can I rush for the orc that's already?
The bloodied one. The
Yeah.
bloodied one. Okay. You run over here.
I would recommend going around and to get flanking. It's kind of kiting around.
Go ahead and make an attack. I was assuming she wasn't thinking that far ahead.
So that's
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Actually, it doesn't matter. He has 1 hit point.
okay.
You,
Nice.
as you leap over the Black Panther that the halfling's riding, you bring your spear slamming down into the orc's throat, and he goes collapsing.
For my parents.
Nice.
He goes slamming into the coffin, and you tear your spear out and flip it
you
around.
misrecharted back.
Joth is going to command Bishop to attack the orc. Joth himself is going to hop up onto this coffin, put his sword away, throw his shield aside, and go for his bow.
Nice.
The orc is knocked prone. He seems bloodied but alive. That, as the Bishop once again is successfully able to bear the orc down, but not finish it off on the ground. Jesmal.
Alright, I want to keep shooting at that dragon.
Okay.
'Cause-
And Threnin is unconscious.
Oh. Maybe I should heal him. Alright, I will try for a healing word for him. How does that work?
D4
Plus your
plus
charisma.
charisma.
D4.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
give
I
it,
got
yeah.
one. Okay. 2 plus the modifier here, plus
Yep.
3. 5.
Okay.
Yeah, he's up.
Threnin, you heal Threnin.
Okay.
That was your bonus action.
But, oh, okay. So I can still do an attack?
Yep.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
fire
okay.
bolt or something.
Oh, okay. I will then firebolt.
That is the beauty of healing word.
Yes. That's why healing bolt is one of the best spells around.
Ooh, 17! I just like keep moving up with these
Just throw-
fireballs.
I only throw
They have
crits.
not been successful for
Can I
me in
have
like
your
other
dice?
This
games.
is the time to do it. Roll it up.
Alright,
Face full of flame.
Alright, hopefully these will be good.
Oh, hi.
Nice.
Okay,
Start.
7. 1. Alright.
8.
So, how much
8
total?
damage, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Chipping away at her.
You slam your fireball into her chest, and she's snarling but unbloodied.
Oh, gosh.
Unbound, unbent, unbroken.
So that ends your turn? Okay.
Not even
Oh, yeah.
bloody. Ugh.
Is that 2?
Good.
Nightscale flies in,
Oh, gosh.
unleashes all 3 attacks against Hoss.
Okay.
Oh. What?
That is a natural 20 with a claw.
Well, those were all firebolts, so those were. I've got.
But that's the only one that hits.
I've got
Okay.
2 left now.
So,
At least that's something.
Save those before people get knocked out. For
Okay.
word of mouth.
So
well,
you
I've
have-
got 1 for healing,
Yeah.
and then 1 for. one of
You can still use that for
6.
Oh,
Just as a double strength healing word.
I will.
12, 14. You take 18 slashing damage as the claw tears through your armor.
Hoss yells.
Once again, she pushes off. Like, as she claws into you, she kind of pushes away from you and flies back out into the skies. Alright, that ends Nightscale's turn. Lysander, it's your turn.
Okay. Pop it out. Well, actually, one sec.
Serpentine.
Well, yes, I am popping it out.
He's popping out. Oh. He
Taking
wants to
cover.
roll to.
Nah, I'm thinking of this thing. Nah, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
Sure, just rolling then.
Alright. Go ahead, Mike.
I had a stupid idea, but that's not gonna work. Probably not. It's gonna be a 16 on my highest one. No.
That misses.
That's gonna miss. Unfortunately.
The stones are cracking around you.
Oh, around me?
Like, in the Glitterhame, you've been firing so many misses slamming into the roofs. The stalactites hanging overhead are starting to crack.
Oh, I had an idea.
Almost like I'm encouring environmental
Yeah,
interaction.
yeah, I was gonna say on my turn, my turn is not yet ended. Lysander's gonna go ahead and yell at everyone else. Oh no, it probably knows every language I know. Oh yeah.
The orc rises up, slashes across Bishop. Bishop is looking bloodied from the slash.
No.
And that's the only orc left alive. Bruce, it's your turn.
Alright. To go slightly. I'll take a flanking path.
Alright. You are flanking past.
Yes. Oh, well, that probably won't. Those first 2 probably won't do it. That's 6,
Nope.
10. That's. Yeah, 10 wasn't a hit, right? Modified.
No,
Yep.
I'm just wondering how you have a +6.
Because I normally get a +4 plus flanking.
Flanking is advantage.
That gives you advantage.
Advantage? Oh,
It doesn't
okay.
give you a bonus.
So that first one didn't hit then.
No, it didn't hit.
Okay. So that second one was like 16 or so.
It was 12, so yeah.
And the third one is, yes, many. Okay, so 2 hits.
Yes.
11, 15.
Alright.
Piercing and slashing. I savage it.
How do you kill it?
Bite to the chest and then claw to eviscerate it. You know, in the guts.
Grab onto the pectoral up here and you start tearing through the guts and there's, oh no! And he collapses and he's out. Hoss, your turn.
Hoss reshoulders his thunder cannon and braces the wand against it because he doesn't know what it'll do, and shouts Crucio. and 6 darts in rapid succession leap out of the end of the wand.
8.
27.
27.
As the darts kind of like do a little do a kind of an anime missile swarm thing and
Cross missile massacre.
Yeah, exactly.
As these 8 blasts are slamming into her, she starts howling and no! The magic missiles don't cause the same kick that your cannon does, but it certainly feels
Well, but I
impressive.
didn't know.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so I'm like, I don't know what the... Yeah.
The fact that you were saying Hoss doesn't know is why I'm describing
Yeah.
that effect.
Yeah, he kind of leaned in. He almost falls over because there's no recoil.
Overcompensation.
But it's like...
Threnin stands up, will stand alongside Hoss and takes a shot with
Staggered
crossbow.
formation, you fools!
Flying V for
That misses. Mahandra, it's your turn. The orcs are dead. There's a
Don't-
giant flying dragon behind you.
True. I don't feel super qualified to fight anything but ads, but I guess I could throw my spear at it.
So you're gonna head over and try and throw your spear?
Sure. Why not?
Alright, you get about there. It is far enough away that you would have to roll 2 dice and take the lower.
Or I could do nothing.
Did the
Or
orcs...
you can do nothing.
Did the orcs have any bows or anything?
They had javelins,
You're also
which are
allowed to
equivalent to our
get to the
spears.
edge, and if it gets close enough to, you can say, "I'll stab it." If it gets close enough.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do
You're allowed
that.
to do that.
Okay.
That works.
So you move. That was your whole move to get here. Do you want to wait here or do you want to run
I'll
up to
wait.
the edge? You wait there and you're preparing to attack it if it comes close. Jaw,
Probably better than throwing away your one spear.
Jaw lines up a shot with his bow. Bonus action to Hunter's Mark.
Nice. Sweet.
That will hit.
Nice.
I forgot he was specialized with the bow.
He doesn't like it. He's just really, really good with it.
Why doesn't he just use the bow all the time? He's actually really good with this thing.
Because we're bad at melee otherwise.
That's true.
The arrow shot slams into Nightscale. Nightscale pulls back. Jasmal, it's your turn.
Okay, so vicious mockery is 2d4s. All right.
Okay, that's a wisdom save on Nightscale's part.
And
Is
if she
okay.
succeeds, you
Oh,
do
okay.
nothing.
Rose.
Yeah, it's a miss essentially stuff.
Rose. If you
What's your saving throw?
Okay.
He's
Looks
just
like a
getting-
So she succeeds.
Just barely.
Okay. All right. So.
Nothing happens.
It's
Nothing
a
happens.
Oh, she.
Whatever you
succeeds, I
shouted,
see.
she can't hear you over the buffeting of her wings.
Oh, okay.
Or it wasn't a particularly strong insult.
Or she's super
We'll go
resistant.
that she didn't hear it.
Yeah.
It's
It was super.
Nightscale's turn.
Please inspire somebody who does Maul.
Oh, you can hear
You're
that.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
You're sad because it was
I
very
should-
clever. You already did him, he didn't spend it.
I haven't spent
okay,
it
so-
yet.
Oh, it's
have
still
it.
active. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Give
still
it
active.
to
Lysander?
yeah.
Alright, Lysander.
Snaps with a
some
bite
inspiration.
towards Threnin.
I
D8.
got the D8.
That'll hit.
So.
Threnin's down.
D8 per.
Oh, poor
He doesn't have enough hit points to sustain.
Down. Nope.
He doesn't have enough hit points to sustain 2d10 plus d8.
Yeah. Dragon attacks are fierce.
2 claws
Yeah,
against
vicious
Toss.
mockery is basically like.
Oh, and
you
her
send
ready to
insults
action
that are
is
like
off.
enspelled.
No, she's
kind
too.
of, and they,
She didn't get
like,
close enough for it.
Oh, sorry.
They
she's
actually
super
like
old.
cause damage
Is she?
to people.
She's
Like
close
physical
enough.
damage,
Oh.
so it's actually possible. If, like,
Unless you
something's
met
super
something
weak,
different.
You could just
I
impel
can
it.
examine which is which. She would land there.
Okay, sorry.
26.
Apparently someone, you know, they'll
crap.
all be
Hits the
like
amount.
fighting in
Correct.
work and it's
I'm
almost at the
22?
end and they'll be like,
Well,
you're fat.
All right.
Just die.
2 claws. 46. 11. 20. You take 28 slashing damage.
Okay. I'm unconscious.
Damn.
Having knocked out all melee combatants, she flies back off.
Uh-oh. You're
So-
unconscious?
Hoss and
Wake you up.
Threnin went unconscious.
Or?
Lysander, it's your turn.
So I'm going to do my thing. Hello. Attack, and then before you announce whether or not I've hit anything, which I know I'm going to hit with that, I'm going to go ahead and use the inspiration on this one.
Okay.
Which is okay. So 20 on one, 23 on the other.
Both will hit.
Nice.
That was a good use of it.
And Hex.
And Hex is going to do extra damage per hit. Thanks. Extra 1 necrotic. That's nice. So you got 3, so 5 and 6. That's 11 force and 1 necrotic.
Nice.
There we go. Wow. Extra 5 necrotic.
Well done.
Okay.
Oh, bam.
Nightscale is looking rough at this point,
Good.
particularly from the explosion that happened earlier.
That was pretty sweet.
Nice.
That ends your turn.
Yes.
Bruce, it's your turn.
There's not much else to do but to go to the. If this is the point where it's most easy for her to like enter. Yeah, I guess I'll be here and prepare multi-attack. So if she hits, I'll multi-attack her if she gets within range.
Okay.
No, I fail one.
All right. Threnin also rolled. He did not roll well. Mahandra, it's your turn.
If you need to, you can use the inspiration on the death saving throw.
That is an option. Okay. Mahandra, it's your
Yep.
turn. What do you want to do?
I can't really do anything.
You can always do something.
You can try and like stop someone's bleeding.
Huh?
You make a medicine
Yeah, you
check,
can make a medicine check.
and you stabilize them so they don't. So they're
Sure.
just knocked out, not dead.
Yeah.
So you can do that for Haas or for Threnin. Help the dwarf.
How do I do
Help the
that?
dwarf.
Make a roll a d20. Add wisdom. So where it says WIS.
Who's that boy? Who's that boy?
That's
That's a 9.
okay. Plus 0.
Okay. You do not stabilize Threnin. He seems to be bleeding from too many wounds.
Good try though.
All right. Joff is going to take another shot at the dragon. That'll hit.
Nice.
This arrow pierces deep into Nightscale's, like cuts really deep right underneath her eye.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jasmal, it is now your turn.
Which explains
Okay,
why
so
Bishop
I
is
will
in the
try
movie.
to stabilize, or to wake up Haas if I can.
All right. So you're going to use your healing spell.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead. Which level did you want to do it at?
I guess maybe doesn't really matter. I have one left, so.
Healing word you can use higher level
Right.
slots to heal more hit points.
Oh, okay. So
You-
maybe I should do it at a level 3 and then.
I mean,
Would it
I
matter?
won't argue with you. Yes,
Yeah,
it will matter.
would. Yeah. Okay.
I won't argue with
Let's
you.
get
It would
you-
be better.
Get you healed with a 3.
Okay, roll 3d4 plus 3 for your charisma.
Okay. So 1, 2, 4.
7, 10.
Okay.
And you can still throw a firebolt or vicious mockery.
Okay,
You can.
so I will throw. I want to try vicious mockery. I
Toss's
guess.
eyes light back up.
Hey, buddy.
All right, so you try
Lick, lick,
vicious
lick.
mockery again.
Yeah. How is that gonna-
That is a 13.
Okay. No. Damn it.
No, she failed.
Oh, she failed.
What is
okay.
what is your spell save DC?
Spell saved? Oh, 14.
So,
okay, so
13 means she failed.
she fails. I pass.
So
Roll
Alright.
2d4.
Okay. 4.
Nice.
1.
All right.
Psychic damage.
You insult her, and she snarls with rage and a little bit of depression.
You might as well give up. All your friends are dead.
You're right.
She
I mean,
says
if you can consider orcs friends.
she says they were hardly my friends.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I'm so glad that it brought
So she has disadvantage on her next attack roll.
She flies away.
Oh,
She's flying down the long cavern.
you just depressed her so much.
Does she get far enough away to get out of range of everyone's melee? To go one round of
160 feet.
that probably
In one
does.
turn?
No one has more than
500.
Joff might have 160 feet.
Joff has a short bow.
Okay, so he's got long range attack.
Oh,
Go
I
on.
Stop
Long
it.
range attack.
I've
Right, Sanders, your turn.
She's well out of my reach. Hold on. Actually, how far can I shoot with?
Brennan's bleeding out.
How far can I shoot again with a standard
120.
Eldritch? Yeah, 120. Actually, I should. No, 160. I can't quite hit her.
Nope.
Oh,
Also, she flew 150 feet away from where she was,
yes.
which was about 20 feet away from you guys.
So I'm
So
gonna
170.
run over.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go ahead and pop a good berry into Trennan's mouth.
All right, he stabilizes.
He heals to 1 actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he wakes up.
Yay! That was my one last good berry.
Bruce?
That was good use. Can I try and stabilize? No, he's awake. He's alive. No, I just prepare another action just in case someone comes close to attack. I prepare a multi-attack.
Okay.
Ready.
Hoss.
Okay. Haas shakily stands back up,
Yay.
takes a breath,
Let out halfway.
yeah, and fires. So it's at
Disadvantage?
okay.
Because your normal range is...
Is 150.
So yeah, it is disadvantage.
I couldn't remember if it was disadvantage or something else.
No, disadvantage.
All right, and then I will probably have to add the inspiration. D8 for inspiration.
Yes.
Let's see. Ah, no, that's 1. It misses.
All right. Your cannon blast is enough to knock you back down. You can spend the rest of your move to stand back up.
Yeah.
It's heroic though.
So yeah, go good.
You were recalibrated for magic missile, so you didn't
Yeah.
go forward, and then the cannon blast.
Well,
knocked you back.
I'd say that like the sizable dent in my chest is throwing things off.
Also, yes.
It's heckin' majestic though.
Thrennen gets up. He's got a light crossbow. He's got a disadvantage shot. Thrennen shot with the crossbow, and it was able to clip it right in the back as the dragon was flying away. The dragon is stumbling, but still flying. Mahandra, it's your turn. A little far away for you to do anything right now.
I'm just gonna keep standing here.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Joff is going to ready a shot with a bow. I honestly hope he misses.
Give him inspiration.
Inspiration? No, wait. No.
Should I?
It's not.
Oh yeah, I guess I
Oh,
can't.
disadvantage. Okay, yeah. Joff misses.
Rose, you can't
Jazz
get
Ball,
both of those turned
it
down.
is your turn.
Okay.
It is 160 feet, or 170 feet away from where you are currently. The dragon's out of sight, I just realized.
Yeah. Like,
I
do
mean,
not
if
have
it's
the
gone,
we don't have the
we
ability.
don't
to
really.
shoot.
Are we still in like combat?
I just
Or
let it
Okay,
go and
I mean,
let's
you
lick,
we
should
just
let's
like
lick our wounds.
recoup a little?
Yeah.
I'm even thinking we should maybe
Take a
go,
long rest.
go on the outside and take a long rest
Or
there.
at least to the like kind of wall up at that exit and take a long rest there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna really do anything right now. I guess. Just
Okay.
As long as someone gets the kill, that's all I care about.
The battle is resolved, so
all right.
We're gonna have to
Good.
find somewhere to rest.
Yeah.
Is there a safer
The
place?
super safe sleeping space worked out great.
Yeah, so-
I did not bring the dragon there. That was all.
So yeah, Hoss.
In retrospect, we might have been able to hide. My mistake.
If we move the bodies inside the coffins, we could totally just sleep in there.
The dragon is
Gross,
now
but
officially a
not a
thing.
bad idea.
It's going to be it's now a bit of a nemesis.
Oh.
Hoss kind of sets the butt of his cannon on the ground and leans on it and says, "So I figured out this is a wanded magic missile."
That was a nice trick you pulled.
Good to know.
Nice.
It's the second time somebody's done something crazy and stopped the dragon.
We need to take a break.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
We may have gotten really lucky. He indicates over to like the guy that's the corpse over here. It's like that might be the orc leader.
Got them all. So here's the question. The question is, do we try and rest in the room, assuming maybe it was secure, or do we go in that little outside hatch and go rest out there? That's probably the big question. I think we actually need a long rest this time.
They're both.
Mahandra, how do you feel about staying here when they tell you there's a place to
I
leave?
really want some fresh air.
Let's head out.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Well, we can talk in the way. Hoss isn't sure about entirely leaving the place, but like,
I just meant resting out,
Camping out right
resting
near it?
in that little area outside. Because I'm assuming that's
but there's
Is it
there's
like
definitely fresh
above?
air there.
Ground?
Yeah, at least the surface.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like a kind of a camouflaged
That
entrance.
sounds good. I wouldn't mind seeing some sunlight.
Yeah.
You guys are
I knew
heading
you were gonna do that.
back the way you came over
Yep.
to the escape?
Yeah, the Glitterhame.
No, this is the Glitterhame where the dragon flew. Are you heading
We're heading back the way we came towards where that hatch was. Where that.
to the escape area
Yeah,
where,
yeah.
where you fought the bear?
Okay.
We can
Yeah.
kind of get back
We're calling
either
it the
way,
wrong
but
thing.
yeah, we'll go back
Yeah.
to yeah.
You're in the Glitterhame right now with all the dwarven coffins that you didn't check out.
Wait, we check all the cautious.
If you want to,
We're still here.
We,
yeah.
we so
Threatened
yes,
probably wants us
we'll
to.
want to like search the bodies and everything.
Okay.
Well, at the very least, the orcs. Before
let's
we
take-
go.
so you wanna take a little time
but
to search
first? What were you? Oh, why don't you finish what you're?
so are you leaving or are you investigating the area? Because everyone was talking about going to the hatch, taking a long rest, stuff like that.
Before we leave, we should investigate at least the orcs.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do some searches.
Roll some searchings.
All right. Who is searching?
I search.
There are 4 orc bodies.
I will search.
I'll
Joff
search one, I guess.
Pulls out a pouch and says, "Oh, I totally forgot." And he hands you a leather pouch. He says, "There's 35 gold pieces in there. I found it in the Sturge cave."
Cool. I'll put it with our box.
He says, and then he kind of looks over at you and
How was it 35? You said
35 gold pieces. He counted it during the short rest.
Sweet.
I didn't search well.
There's gonna be 23.
I rolled only an 8.
Okay.
My standard's useful.
13.
I'm still woozy.
Totally
Oh
fine.
no. Yeah.
All right.
We've been through a heck of a fight.
what were we rolling? Was it perception or
Investigation for the orc bodies.
So I investigated really good.
You rolled a 20-something. You rolled a 13.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you roll?
23.
23. Can you two please roll me percentile dice?
Sure. 69.
72.
69 and 72. Okay. You find 4, 5.
No!
You find 10 silver pieces in a small coin pouch on one of the orcs, and you rolled a 72.
Correct.
You find 5. You find 11 gold pieces on one of the burlier orcs. They are most of them are wielding great axe equivalent weapons. Like one guy was using a great sword, but it functioned as a great axe. And they also had some javelins. All of it looks rough and or scavenged. Like they stole it from somebody, didn't take good care of it, that sort of thing. They're wearing furs and leathers. Most of them are too big for you because these are brutish orcs who stand 7.5
Awful too.
and
NFL
weigh
players.
about as much as you do.
So the weapons aren't really salvageable, but maybe the javelins.
Javelins, like everything's functional. Selling it's probably not worth your time.
Okay.
It doesn't look
How do you
very
feel about javelins?
They're-
I guess I could take one, right?
How many were
Would
there?
that be an upgrade?
Each orc had 2 or 3.
So dump like 8 javelins at your feet.
You take the best one.
Here's a bag.
Yeah, I forgot about that until I said the joke. I'm like, oh yeah, he has it. Of course.
Does anyone want to search the sepulchres? Maybe that's not a good idea.
Well, I mean, I assume Joff is.
Yeah, the dwarven sword.
Tomb Raider.
Joff looks offended. It's like, I would never.
And then he immediately
Doesn't
starts
he
to
do that?
As he's rifling through a sepulchre.
As he is busy digging through an orc body.
All right, so let's check out the dead bodies. Mimics.
Alright, why not?
Yes.
There's,
Whites.
you notice that there are 23 sepulchres, or churs, or tears, whatever they're called.
Sepulchres.
Sepulchres?
Yep.
Okay.
Dwarven sarcophagi.
I was once admonished for saying brazier instead of brazier.
Yes, that's important. The difference.
There is a difference.
There is a difference. One of them is
And
a
there's
pair of
brazier,
something
which
that
is
holds.
also different.
Oh, I just realized the difference. Oh.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was pronounced that way too. I was wrong this entire time.
Mhm.
Is that a case where we would want to like check for traps before investigating, or is it like?
I mean, it's always a
unlikely?
good idea to check for traps. You just
Sure.
don't usually do it.
River is that.
I was thinking that we don't usually. Well, I don't usually.
So,
do it.
as you take a closer look at the sepulchres, the lids seem to be carved in the likenesses of grim dwarves in armor. The dwarvish runes on the front of each tomb, they appear to represent the names of the occupants or the intended occupants. 3 of the coffins have additional runes carved into them. You, Threnin, Joff, and Lysander are able to understand that the additional runes record the occupant's date of death and the great deeds of the dwarf performed in life. So essentially a eulogy. Also carved into these 3 coffins is a warning. Excuse me. The doom awaits any who dare to defile the honorable dead. The ones with the extended, like the big
The
stories,
eulogy?
yeah, are named Borgol the Old, Garen Orkdoom, and Numik the Unlucky. Each tomb is a vault 6 feet long, 4 feet high, 3 feet wide, heavy stone lids.
Wow.
And I ask you, you never open these, right?
I mean, they weigh a lot.
Yeah.
Also, you couldn't really see them very clearly. Like a blind man feeling them, you kind of knew what they were, but
Sucks to be a human down here.
Yeah, it's been the first time in a while that you've had any kind of decent light.
So, Haas says,
I'm not interested in this.
maybe we shouldn't disturb the dwarf graves because these are proper. This is a proper tomb.
Yeah.
And
Threnin the dwarf
dwarves-
says, I would appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
So it's the man who's going to steal their axe.
Oh, I thought, I thought he was just
Not
going to go,
bad.
but what? Curses! Screw curses!
Well, the Haas isn't so much concerned about the curse, but like in thinking about it, it's like that's not a Haas thing. However, Haas does have his book out, and he's making furious
Sketching?
notes.
Are you like doing the rubbing?
No, but I'm noting down like the name. Like he's noting down the names that he finds.
Yeah.
Any interesting notes of the story. He also is
Yeah.
looking at the like depending on how long they'll let him. Like Haas is getting more and more absorbed into the stonework, and like assuming there's like stories being told in it.
Yeah, there's like most of the area seems to be like fresh carved. Like this is where they put their coffins. You notice that a lot of these coffins
Haas isn't rude.
are.
He's an archaeologist.
Yes.
He's Indiana
You
Jones,
notice
but a
Robot Indiana Jones.
You notice that these coffins
Gotta
seem
go.
to have been carved out, but no bodies were
Oh, and
put
he does have
into
a
them.
whip.
The lids are sitting unopened.
Some are empty.
Some are empty, with names installed.
Oh,
on
like
the
they're
seal.
not used yet.
like they never put the body in the coffin.
Okay, cool.
They reserved it but died somewhere else.
Well, I mean, like these are all like carved maybe out of like stalagmites, and like they're just formed in place for use when there was a new occupant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are starting to lose Haas.
You also pick up that
Haas.
Borgol the Old was famous for his long gray beard, and he was one of the more experienced smith workers, and so he had a lot of the knowledge. Like he was Durgeddon's right hand man. Like he was old enough to remember some of the stuff that Durgeddon was using. You know that Garen Orkdoom was fell many orcs in the first time the dwarf fortress was attacked, like the original one before this one. He felled many orcs in the escape. This one is sealed, so presumably he failed during this orc invasion.
Well, someone buried him.
Somebody did bury him. And then Numik the Unlucky was famous for his slapstick comedy.
Okay. So is there any mention here of Radradar?
Make an intelligence check.
History?
Sure.
Yeah. And also, we should probably keep moving at some
Just
point
Maul
here.
yawns, really
It's like
pointed
starting like
at you.
tugging his shoulder.
We're badly injured
This
and
is
out of
very
resources.
interesting, but so is sunlight.
Nice.
Oh.
+5.
It all began a long time ago.
So we solved
So
the law.
I'm missing left and right, but
You do notice a passage about Radrundar. It's near the beginning. It details, like, how to describe it? It details Radrundar is sort of like a creation myth. Like, we came from here, we followed the trails, and we spread across the land
I started
and
to play
formed
the
our
Jeopardy
fortresses,
music on
and
my lute.
then some of our fortresses were fallen, continued on. It's like, it seems like Radrundar is kind of like the dwarvish Mecca.
it's the old country.
Yes, the original fortress.
Oh, jeez.
Well, not like the original fortress, but like
Right.
the place,
I'm thinking of Dwarf
um,
Fortress now.
yeah,
the place where the High King fell.
Right.
Dwarf therapist.
So like this is where the
Babies
dwarves
being
went from being
born.
one unified kingdom and scattering.
Okay.
Bugs.
I make good notes of this, and
You
when
also would know that they scattered because of a civil war.
okay, so I take good notes of all this I find. As I'm finding that, I'm start relaying that part to anybody who's
Still
who's
paying
listening.
attention.
Yeah, like
hasn't
yeah,
lost
like yeah, like so I'm starting to get lost in like this. It's like oh, da, 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 da. And like and finally like you come over. Are you human yet?
No, but I'm talking through Lysander.
Okay.
You know?
So like Lysander comes over and is kind of like tugging on my
I'm gonna
coat.
grab the
I
grab
now
the
have
hem
a 9 persuasion. Do I need to
Oh, yeah, no,
roll
yeah,
to get
you-
Haas out of
hem of
here?
the robe.
Yeah, you're kind of shoving, and he's got like the hem of my coat, and sort of like, oh, cool, yeah, great, okay.
You head back out of the back over towards the entrance. Do you leave and go into the sunlight, or do you stay in the chamber? You can see the sunlight creeping in through the entrance.
I'm kind of like, so when we get there, I say we should probably set camp in the entrance here. If you guys want to like hang
Frolic.
out, if you guys want to hang out outside, sure. But like this should probably be camp.
What's your concern? Why not? why
We
not
stay
start
hidden. We stay hidden here. By the way, does it look like a dragon burst through here?
The camouflage is still in place.
Okay. All right. So like, the dragon didn't come through here. This is still a fairly good hiding spot, protected from the outside, and it gives us options.
Okay.
If we need to run away, we can always run out.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. My only concern is that I think we're actually almost better hidden on the other side with camouflage between us and.
Well, we might be exposed to, say, an angry dragon flying around.
Okay, well, at least go outside and look around a little bit. To
Oh,
see
sure.
How
No,
covered
what
is
I'm-
the area? Is it a hidden area?
yeah.
As you push the
That's-
brush
yeah.
aside, you
Yeah.
can see that it is not even dinner time outside.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Looking around, the sky is clear, a couple of clouds. Sun is hanging at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon time.
We came in the morning, right?
You came in early, yeah.
Okay, is it a clearing or is it like a wooded area? Is it an overhang?
I don't have my map on me immediately. From what you can see, it is predominantly clear.
Okay.
You're coming out, I think, on the northern side of the mountain. So you can see that there is a forest a distance away.
Okay.
And you're a little elevated. So like there's the mountain range behind you, like the more in-depth mountain range, you're kind of on a solo peak nearby, and a forest further ahead. Nothing immediately catches your eyes like an invading army or orcs swarming or anything.
That'd be
That's
pretty
a good
bad.
thing. But yeah, you're right. If it's a clearing that's up high, we're probably better off in the caves than exposed on the cliff outside.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's not like super high, but it's elevated.
Okay.
So you guys are going to set up a long rest.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you guys are going to set up a camp, wait until dinner time, have dinner, and then go to bed and wake up in the morning.
Yeah, set some watches. That
Okay.
sounds about right.
What time did you say it was?
Not even dinner time.
So we got
like
time
4-ish.
if we want to do other stuff. We could make it towards town.
So I would want to go technically like follow the letter of the law for a long rest and then start again in the night because we're already in the cave anyway, and then continue on and kill all the orcs. Haas is still interested in wiping out the orcs.
Yeah, that's my next step in my mind.
There was the whole S ton of orcs thing.
There are less.
There are 4 left.
Okay, well, there are 4
Minus
less.
4.
There are
Xbox
4 less, but
We did have pretty good luck.
depending on the
Those
numbers
were-
we're talking about here, that's worrisome.
We are so. If the town had an expeditionary force, we're it.
Yeah, I would imagine. Are they kind of just like a
We did
weak
ask
little
them.
town? Like they
Yeah,
probably.
They're a meek
It-
little
it-
town.
it's a little.
They
It's a
have-
little village.
they-
They had like 10 guards. Some of them acted as scouts to try and warn everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried about the orcs. I mean, we really
Yeah.
tear through them.
I would also think dragging them away from their charges would not be a good idea. Like, oh hey, let's bring these guys here to help us with the
Yeah.
orcs. Oh, and now the village has been sacked.
Yeah, we're here to deal with the orcs,
Yes.
and we were expecting to fight orcs.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, we'll rest up and
Rest
then ambush
here.
them. in
But
the
yeah, if you guys want to keep going in the morning, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you mean as opposed to resting right away?
Yeah, as opposed to like just sacking out now and then.
I'm okay with if that's not mechanically a problem, I'm okay with that.
Story-wise, I have a problem with it.
Okay.
If you've ever tried going to bed early, like something like this,
It's really difficult.
yeah. You guys aren't 80 years old. You don't need naps every
You
12
know how
hours.
much whiskey I brought with me.
How much did you bring with you?
It
You'd have
would
to
be a
wait
long
for that.
rest, right?
Yeah,
Before
no,
it's
that's
like
that's what we're
4
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait.
It's an
so
early
I'm
bedtime,
tired.
but we have to
So
kill a little time
I'm
before
saying,
an early bedtime.
so I'm saying, so we can in fact take a long rest.
guys ever
for
just
the
thought
sake
about,
of
like,
mechanics of long
killing?
rest?
It's
Just
kind of fun.
Well,
How many experience do we get?
so you and I would be fine. They would have trouble actually going to sleep.
They'll need stuff to do until it's the proper time for them to go to sleep.
I'm a
Yes.
bard. I'll sing. It's
I have
fine.
cards.
Quietly, though.
We can hang
Quietly play
out. We
cards
have
and
a new
quietly sing.
friend.
You know.
I think she's gonna. I think as soon as you saw the outside, did you just bolt?
Yeah, Mahandra.
I don't know.
At this point,
Straight off a cliffside.
at this point, you have a rough idea of where you are and how far you are from where you came from. You could leave and go to your village.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah. Peace
You can
out.
just leave, yeah. Nothing's stopping you.
Keep an eye on the skies.
Right? Yeah. If the robot man says, if you'd like to go and you think you can make it, go ahead.
Pretty desperate to be among humans. No offense. No offense.
So you're going to walk into town.
Whatever.
covered
We
in
share a great
gunskin
hug back
and
there,
stuff,
but
and just go, hey
Yeah.
guys, I'm alive, and then get attacked by the guards immediately.
No.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, she was probably presumed dead.
Yeah.
Which is why you
I'm
weren't
sure
asked
people
about it.
will
a
remember
happy
you and be happy that you're.
Be a happy reunion. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So,
I
do
think
you
you're
want
undead
to try
again.
and
Yeah, I'm
Inside.
going on to the rest of my life.
Yes.
Alright. Good luck, random buddy
Go
who
back to the city you were born in.
non-consensually hugged me.
Yes.
The city you
And the
lived
horse
I
your
Well,
hope
life
you
huh?
heal.
Let's go back to
Emotionally.
the city of Manhattan.
All right.
Manhattan.
Could you please roll me a d12?
Which one is
You
that?
okay there?
That is the.
I'm wondering if this is the roll where she
Yes,
gets eaten by a
the closest
dragon on the way
one.
back
This
and she
one.
rolls badly enough.
Okay.
It's not that she
Wait,
rolled
am I
badly; it's that she
fall
rolls
off
good
cliff?
enough.
Or like get eaten on your way home.
11.
Okay.
There are 12 fates he came up with
Please.
for you.
Please roll a survival check.
Oh.
That is a d20 plus your wisdom.
Oh, you actually have to go through this. All right.
Yeah, it's not an easy walk home.
It's a 3.
As you watch Mahandra step out into the sunlight, eyes blinking after 6 months of being underground,
That's the one I thought.
watering a little bit, she realizes where she is, how she got here, and she decides, all right, peace. And she starts walking, disappearing from your sight. None of you are able to see as you, Mahandra, are walking along. You eventually find your way through the forest, through an old hunting path. You eventually find your way back to Oakhurst. As you are getting close to the village where you were born, a group of 3 scouts, one of them a halfling commander and 2 of them humans, who recognize you, stop you and say, "Halt! Who goes there?" As they raise their crossbows, and you, what do you do?
It's me, Mahandra. I'm alive.
One of the
Mostly.
one of the humans lowers his crossbow and says, "Mahandra, what happened to you? We thought you were dead."
I'm not.
Your parents will be so thrilled to hear that.
What?
Your parents?
They're super dead, right? No.
You might have thought so.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm dead.
No, you are escorted back to the village. Your parents
Yay.
are there. One of your father is drinking heavily in the tavern.
I guess that's what the 3 was about.
As you come back,
Oh, he's an
You're-
alcoholic now.
your drunk father is very. He first doesn't believe it's actually you. He thinks it's just a hallucination, but slowly comes to accept that it is actually you, and he breaks down into tears. And the guards will escort you to your farm. The house is being rebuilt. It's mostly done. It hasn't been fully rebuilt. Your mom is inside making a nice meal for everybody.
That's awesome. Thank you, y'all.
Nice. Now you can be a peasant again.
Welcome.
Yeah. Don't knock it.
As you are,
It's way better than being underground in the dark. I mean, really.
as you come in wearing rusted scale mail, 8 javelins, a
Under that.
spear, potions
Mosquitoes.
attached to your body.
Harvest mosquito parts. What's up, guys?
Orc
Look
blood on
pretty
you.
awesome. I'll be fair here. Just like you look like you've been through a battle.
The
You're gonna
whole
be the coolest
village.
girl in the village now.
True.
Yeah, I believe I mentioned there was a farmer who had caught your eye. He
Right.
seems He seems
Hopefully
surprised.
not terrified by this.
But yeah, so you are escorted safely home. You guys, you have no idea.
We just have our heart feels a little warmer.
We just hope to see her.
You sent her off in the right direction. You gave her everything you thought you could, and she seems to be going the right way.
Awesome.
And if we survive, we'll get back to Oakhurst eventually, so we might get a
We may.
postscript on this.
Nice. See
You
her
might be
again.
able to find out.
Maybe
about
we
it,
can go to
but-
her wedding, get
Yeah.
super drunk
Get
after,
drunk. Yeah.
you know?
And that becomes a new plot point. It's like you're drunk at the wedding, and then suddenly everything goes wrong. The mind flayers
All
are
right.
here.
Yeah, you probably don't want us coming to your wedding. You
Yeah.
have
We
trouble.
bring trouble with us, I'm sorry.
So, during the downtime in between like 4 and 8, you have about 4 hours. Did anybody want to be doing anything in particular? I'm assuming somebody's going to take a short rest.
Yeah, Haas. Oh, long rest.
Well, I mean, before that happens, 4 to 8. Yeah, 4 to
Oh.
8 will take, and then at 8 you can go to bed and wake up at 6.
Well, I tell you what, Haas will actually trance from 4 to 8 unless no one has objection.
I'm gonna trance and try to contact Oberon.
Okay.
Might as well check in and say, "Hey, guy, I'm not
Yep.
screwing you."
Haas says, okay, if I get some downtime first, well, okay.
Sure, go ahead.
All right.
My ego's feeling pretty good that I had successful firebolts, which hasn't happened, so I'm just writing like a power ballad about myself.
Firebolt.
The only lyric.
Firebolt.
So I'm whispering it because I know you guys are trancing, but I'm like,
Oh, I know.
I'm
We're
in-
trying not to attract
Haas
modern
is
monsters.
listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like
Alright.
lying, just
I'm
like laying down
workshopping
against
it.
the wall.
Throw out any ideas, guys,
I-
if you want to help.
I rolled a quick random encounters check. Nothing interesting happened to you guys during the 4 hours. So you're running
Short rest
battles, you're
hash.
trancing, you're going to contact your dudes.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything?
You dudes multiple? No, just the one.
I just keep watch because I'm
I
gonna keep.
said dudes. As in, like, you're contacting your dudes playing.
I'll also do a little thing
Okay.
about Haas's
I just keep
crazy
watch 'cause I'm
wand,
just
because
watching.
that was awesome.
Joff is kind of after reconsidering, is going to try and harvest the black bear hide. He seems to get a decent chunk out of it. Probably going to be able to sell it for some cash, not a lot.
Smart. Sweet.
He asks, "Does anybody want this for dinner? Can we just harvest this thing?"
Black bear meat.
Yeah, brown bear meat.
It's
Brown bear meat.
bear.
Good eating.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
bear.
Sure, that sounds good.
So he says, "We're going to need a campfire."
Okay.
I can do that.
Yeah,
See, firebolt.
easy enough.
Mini firebolts. Jam them up
Well,
firebolts.
actually, Haas says we need sticks. He like kind of gestures out the window while he's like laying against the wall.
Okay. Joff will ask Brennan to help him, and Bruce if he's interested.
I'm happy to help.
Yeah, you go out, you harvest sticks and wood, and actually you break down the wooden door for the brown bear and use that for kindling, and you set up a fire. So we'll be dealing with long rest, random encounters, and watches next session.
We got through the short rest. You said yes.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to, you guys can get through a short rest.
Cool. I do not have anything I can do during a short rest except get one of my spells back.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could heal.
All right.
Cool.
You wanted to contact your peeps.
Yep. Contact to my peeps.
Let's take a step into the hallway. We'll go over that. Just so everybody knows, the session is concluded for everybody. I was doing his trance stuff.